Welcome in, everybody, to Intelligent Aces Podcast, episode number 54. We're at 54 now. Holy crap. Welcome in, everybody. I am your host, MainAceChase, the main ace of Intelligent Aces. Alongside me, my co-host, Nemo Mimi. Welcome in, Nemo.
Pleasure to see everyone again.
And we have a returning guest, Nerd Dad TPC. Welcome back, Nerd Dad.
Nerd.
What up? Welcome.
And a brand new guest, Conquest. Welcome in, Conquest. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good.
We are not the same person, I promise.
Yeah.
We're all skinwalkers here. Don't worry about it.
I'll prove it.
You son of a bitch.
Low blow or high road? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's got a nice head full of hair, but
How has everybody's week been? What you guys been playing?
it's Thursday. My kids got an extra week of school because of this. We got snow.
Oh yeah.
And then the snow knocked out the water processing plant.
Oh.
So the county couldn't get water to the schools all week last week. So my kids got a whole extra week added onto their Christmas vacation, and they went back to school Monday, and I couldn't be happier to have my house back.
God damn, my
Holy
bad.
smokes, bro.
Yeah,
I think we were talking about this, pre-show. I mentioned I've been playing a bunch of MLB The Show 24 off stream because I can. I've also been playing a ton of Black Ops 6 because it's free on Game Pass on my computer. So I've been I'm halfway through Prestige 2, on my way to Prestige 3. I've got diamond skins for my weapons. I'm just rolling cats. It's the wildest thing. And then on stream we're playing what am I playing? Oh, I'm speedrunning Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. That's what I'm doing. I forgot. We just wrapped up Breath of Fire series playthrough. We played 1 through 4. And that was pretty dope.
Just found my headliner. On this week, and it's
excited.
Nice.
It's a doozy.
I find the most random fucking headline when I'm scrolling through these, and I'm like, I gotta know what this is. Like, it's got me. So, and it's most of the time it's a surprise. There's been one like guy sends a bomb through Nintendo or something, or it's like all this crazy. There's been these crazy ass articles I've read out on here.
I've heard of jailbreaking your console, but not your console sending you to jail. That's kind of
Yeah, that's interesting. Gaming wise, I have not been doing too much outside of streaming. And when I'm not streaming, I've been doing like Magic stuff. So Magic the Gathering, been playing that since I was a child. So
Conquest has a really dope Magic YouTube channel. So you guys should that.
Okay, dope is a.
Dope. Hey, listen, he's going to self-deprecate. I'm telling you, it's dope. Okay, he's going to self-deprecate his channel. I'm going to tell you that it's sweet and that you should go sub right now. And get some awesome Magic the Gathering news and gameplay tactics from our favorite Canadian.
But yeah, straight up, I would say I randomly had the urge to play a Lego game, and we decided to play Lego Lord of the Rings. I think I picked it up for like $2, and we like played it for like 9 hours on stream, and that was possibly one of the best streams I've had in like a month and a half or like 2 months. It was legit.
Nice.
It was just a lot of fun. I did not know that Lego games slap so hard. The last one I played was like, I was I'd say 12, 13.
Lego Star Wars for PS3, I think, was the one I really got into. Honestly, once they got into like the next gen, so many more moving parts and shit because it just had more space to do that. The PS3 version was perfect because there was just a certain amount of shit you could mess with, and then like once you hit PS4, it was like, here's a whole Lego city, and you could break it all down and rebuild it all. I'm like, no, that's way too much.
It was I was surprised at the depth. I put 9 hours in. We completed the story and then like unlocked all the story characters, if you will, of all 3 movies of Lord of the Rings. And it was like, yeah, you got like 21% of the complete. I was like, oh dear God, like I don't 21%. You expect me to spend another 30 some hours in this, getting plus whatever else.
Me and Nemo played through Zombie Army Trilogy the last couple weeks. We beat it, and we're like, we want to play more. And then we bought Zombie Army 4. Going through it.
Yes.
We
have to shoot Zombie Hitler in the face again. He needs it.
Yeah. Already killed
again.
him.
I mean, we already shot him once. I shot him square in the face, and all of a sudden he's back again, bitch. So we got to do it again.
Can you shoot Zombie Hitler in his singular testicle? Like
you actually can. right?
You can,
There is a thing because
and it will show one testy.
so.
Yeah.
Have you ever played the Sniper Elite games?
Yeah, that's what I think we're referencing.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
it's that. I mean, it's Rebellion Studios, and it's based off of that same engine, except it's like a horde shooter. And with
Oh,
those
jeez.
janky stealth third-person mechanics in a horde shooter, it's kind of crazy.
That's funny.
It's so fucking
Yeah.
weird. And I swear to God, the most frustrating part about it are the normal common spawn zombies because they duck and weave. Holy
Oh yeah,
shit.
they got some zombie
My
crip walk.
God.
Their
They're
They're
tags
like,
moving.
That's funny.
and then the one time
Love
you
it.
finally like, okay, they've done the same move 3 times. I can shoot. Then all of a sudden they decide to stumble forward. I'm like, son of a bitch.
They're hitting the old the Neo in the Matrix.
Exactly.
more or
Except they're
less,
falling
yeah.
forward.
That's
More or
funny.
less. Yeah, that's been our thing, and then I think we're gonna try to do State of Decay 2 tomorrow and see how well that works.
That's tomorrow, and then I believe Saturday is Zombie Army 4, if you wish to join.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Well,
I mean, I didn't
Right
know
on.
if you were going to be joining, but I wound up getting that collaboration with Sumi. So I'm like, spots are open.
hang on, headset.
Nice.
Ah,
Give me a second.
That's pretty dope.
sometimes his headset
restarts
shits.
Come back on.
Yeah,
There it
I
goes.
haven't played any of the Zombie Army games, but they always look wild when I see
Dude,
them.
I
pop up on
so
Steam.
recommend them. The third one, optimized like garbage. Hot, utter garbage.
Yeah.
But oh my God, it's fun to play.
and you can normally, like, I picked up Trilogy for $5 or some shit like that, and then
Oh yeah, no, that shit goes on sale all the
yeah,
time.
during Steam sale, and then like, oh, I want 4, so I just went on CD Keys and found it for like $6. There
Yeah,
too, so.
I think I see it pop up on the for sale all the time, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
okay.
It pops up fairly often, along with the sniper
Sniper
games.
Elite games, yeah. I can remember that, and what was the Soldier of Fortune? Remember that one? But that was like old PC.
I know the name of that game.
But
Also,
it kind of had the same. I think it had the same deal where like you could when you did if you got a headshot or
Bullet
a nut shot
time.
or whatever. I think it did the special zoom in, watch this, and like followed your bullet to the target.
Yes.
bullet time, X-ray cam, all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fun thing is, the fourth one, you can actually still have it set up when you're playing campaign with your friends that you can still see the bullet times for your friends as well.
It'll be like
Nice.
what does it say? It's like, what's the word? I just forgot. My brain just.
Bullet.
That
It was
happens.
like spectating so and so's bullet
Yeah,
time. or whatever.
spectating someone's cam.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
you get to like watch it go through the zombie's knee and explode their leg. It's just fantastic.
Nice.
And they get so ugly in the fourth game.
Oh, yeah, they, more graphics. They got.
We've got
Graphics,
more
my
textures,
ass.
more
Those things just
polygons.
fucking mutated.
Goose, welcome in, Goose.
Swear to
Thanks
God,
for
some
the
of them just straight look
follow.
like clickers.
So, and I've also been touching on and Ginger Tech. Welcome in,
Hello,
Ginger Tech.
Goose. Hello, Ginger.
Hey, GT.
Welcome to the
welcome.
shit show.
Oh, come on in.
Arma Reforger. My buddy,
I've
Arma.
been hearing
Okay.
some about that.
my buddy was
Yeah.
telling me about it, and I bought it, and it's kind of a. Okay, Nemo, you would understand this, but it's like Roblox, but Mill Sim. So there's like a base game, whatever, and there's a bunch of mods and shit these people put into it, and then you could like, we played a zombie mode with like, so it was all at night. There was like undead hordes and stuff, and you drive in like in a Humvee on a 50 cal, just fucking blasting these zombies and stuff.
Nice.
And then there's like infiltrations. There's like all these different game modes through these mods. The
So
problem
it's kind of like mini games.
well, they're not mini games. They're full on like different servers, different campaign types.
Oh,
So you can join in
okay.
like you can
So
join,
actually, like the Roblox experience.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
like these giant like 64 player multiplayer servers, or you can like narrow
That's
it down
cool.
to like a 6-person PvE thing you can do. There's even like a straight up like RPG mode, and I was trying to get it to
Ooh.
work, called Overthrow. And you start out as like a basic citizen, and you just start doing missions and getting cash and buying weapons and doing more missions.
Yeah.
It's just a straight up game that they put.
There's a lot of
inside
games I
this
play like
other
that on
game.
Roblox.
It's
My kids play a shitload of Roblox.
Nice. Okay, here's a feature from a military game that I wish they would bring back. I normally remember it from specifically Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. Anyone ever play that? It was specifically a console shooter.
I
But
think I played Modern.
it was I guess you could, like, if you were playing single player, like your campaign or whatever, like your standard Call of Duty campaign, if you were looking at one of your teammates, you could just hot swap to them and then control them by pressing Y.
Dude, you gotta
I
play.
remember
You gotta
that
play.
feature.
There's a whole game built around that specific mechanic.
Mhm. I
Oh
don't
my
remember its
god!
name, but
Let's see
I've
if I
seen
still
it.
have it installed.
It's so fun. Like
Well,
it just been like you'd take a couple of shots with your sniper, switch to a guy in a tank, bulldoze a house, and then like you're like, okay, I want to switch to a guy who's like running around now. It's like you just
the hacking
hot
game,
swap.
right?
It was so
No,
good.
no,
Ubisoft's
no.
hacking game. The second one did that too, where you'd basically hack into other people and take over their body and stuff. You could do
Oh, was that Watch Dogs you're talking
Watch
about?
Dogs 2? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, this is there's a World War I or II era military shooter
Oh, okay.
where you actually play as a squad of 4 people, and then you're not dead until all 4 of your squad members.
Are you talking
die.
about Conflict?
Oh.
Conflict Desert Storm?
No,
Like Foley and
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
oh, okay, because like I played the shit out of those.
No, this is a game that came out like a year or so ago. Like it's
Oh, okay.
relatively new. I cannot
okay.
think of it. I'm gonna flip through while we're talking about this because I saw it and I was like, that sounds dope. And I downloaded it and I played it and I was like, this is because it plays kind of like Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 1, like the not original Battlefield, but the Battlefield 1, the war, like, which I really like. Battlefield is my preferred like combat shooter game. I love that over Call of Duty. I mean, like Call of Duty is great, but Battlefield just feels better to me. And like I love Battlefield 1 and 5. I love Battlefield 2042. Like there's something about the way the gunplay in those games is that I prefer over the Call of Duty games. But I will say Black Ops 6, like I said, which I've been playing a ton of lately, feels really good. Like the gunplay feels genuine. And not that I've shot every gun in existence, but I've shot enough to know that like this is kind of what, like the way it behaves, drop and the bucking and all that stuff. I'm like, this is kind of how some of these weapons react when you shoot them. It's kind of nice, like, which is it's a cool feeling to like get that realism in there, which is why I liked the old Battlefield games or the Battlefield games of like 1 and 5, because they really, it wasn't like I'm shooting this old M1 Garand rifle that can go like a modern sniper rifle can. This thing is not only going to go but so far before it drops off because it's an old ass weapon. Anyway, sorry. Tangent over. I'll when I find this thing, I'll pop back up with it.
Please, thank you.
Got me all excited about
Battlefield.
Hey, it's good. It's good. I started looking up something. I found something interesting. I might have to try. I'm gonna send the link to
Okay, I've got some articles pulled up here. Look at that.
Yep, you can look at it later. It's not something you have to look at now.
I got some articles pulled up here from gaming news on Reddit, and we'll go through some of these that I thought were kind of important too. Okay, so does anybody have a Steam Deck?
now.
Thought about
No, but
getting
I
a
want
Steam
one.
Deck? Okay, so
God, I want one so bad.
I don't mobile game. I have 0 games on my phone.
yeah, I'm
I
the
have
same
some
way.
games on my phone.
And here's the thing, I've thought about it. Like my buddy had said something like, "Oh yeah, I take shut my computer down. I take my Steam Deck. I go late. Actually, kick back and relax." That's kind of a cool option, but I gotta go back to like the Switch deal. Like I have a Switch, I don't play it. I drive a truck for a living, so I'm constantly moving.
Right.
Can't do handheld. And then when I get home, I'm sitting in front of my computer thing, so I don't really need a handheld. So it just doesn't work for me. But
No, I'm with you.
but anyway, the picture here kind of threw me off. So this is what the Deck 2. No,
They're already making it too?
well,
Wait,
it's like what the 2 could make or whatever.
Oh, like concept drawings.
Gotcha. I gotta run to my door. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Go
no
get
problem.
thine food.
Oh, this is the. It looks upside
That-
down.
Doesn't look comfortable to hold.
But really, if you think about it, it is comfortable. It
Yeah,
would be comfortable.
this is mine. I bought this off Amazon. This is like a third party
At the backbone
controller for my
reveal?
Switch. No.
Oh,
It's
okay,
for the
okay.
Switch. So you just slide the console in there and it like Bluetooths in there.
Oh, okay.
But it's got nice I mean, like here's an Xbox One S controller. Here's this.
Yeah.
Like you can see, like it's got like actual good like curved grip.
But I mean, like,
Whereas compared to like holding, if you just held, you know, the Joy Cons, which are flat.
but if you held a controller like this, is this more natural than this? Like,
No,
I
I
don't
mean
know.
maybe, but I'm just thinking like
I'm just trying to figure out, like, because this is the shape that it looks like. Is
Right.
it holding
Yeah,
it more natural this way?
But like, here's me flipping this thing I have from them upside down. This actually feels pretty good because now instead of, and it's not like it's huge, but now instead of my hands being like this, which feel like I'm holding it, but I mean, it's like, no, I'm sorry. Instead of being out like this, which is not as, it's not that aggressive, but instead of my hands being like this and they're like this and I'm holding the thing, now this I feel
Yeah, you're cupping it, kind of.
this feels much more natural. Like just putting my hands out, this feels more natural than this does.
Yeah, but I've held a
can see
controller
that.
so long
Agreed.
that this
Agreed.
also feels natural too. So it's kind of a weird thing for me. But
I think that fits into like, especially like, I don't know. Let me see if I can scoot my chair back far enough.
so it's got like a
But if
keyboard. The screen slides
Oh,
up
so
like
it's
an
like a
old
flip phone.
old school phone with a keyboard on it.
I don't know. I like it.
Or like here's the other concept where it's like two
Oh.
touch screens.
Oh no,
That
that would
would-
be cool,
That would probably be more of the thing instead of like a
But,
physical keyboard.
dude. I bet that's a
Yeah.
fucking power draining.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
you fucking bet.
I
You
bet
gotta
that
have
thing is
a
a fucking
fucking
horse.
Tesla supercharger run that side.
Ah.
The only thing that I could see going wrong. Oh wait, no, that's just never mind. Sorry, stupid.
I found the game I was looking for. Sorry, totally.
What is it?
It's called Enlisted.
Enlisted.
Listed. I have
Yeah.
heard of that game.
It's you play. Sorry, to backtrack 2 seconds. It's on consoles and on PC. You play as your 4-man squad. You can assign them all different like roles and weapon loadouts and stuff, and then you can switch between them when they're all alive. Or if one dies, then you just take over another. And like they're all, and the thing is, they're actively like in. And the thing is, everybody that you're playing against in a multiplayer match is doing the same. They have the same thing going on.
Ooh, so you don't know which one they're in until like.
It doesn't matter. They're all shooting at you. They're just
Yeah,
AI
there's-
controlled while the player is not controlling that particular one at the time. It's
Oh,
So
Not
it's
gonna
like
lie, I
you're
wish
fighting-
XCOM would do something like that.
it's cool. It's cool.
I'm back.
Sorry.
come
Anna.
back.
Go back.
Yeah,
What food are you not
Enlisted
sharing?
was the game I was talking about. Here you go.
Perfectly, it's called a my box because it's mine.
Damn it!
Mine.
I am in fact a seagull. Feed the fat bitch.
All
But it's
right.
All
not
it is
fish.
it's like a fake zone or sort of like a. It's got macaroni and cheese inside. Okay.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Where the hell did you get that?
Conquest.
Hey, Pizza Hut, man.
Oh
Canadian
god,
Pizza
that's
Hut.
why.
Don't get excited. Canadian,
Canadian
Pizza Hut.
pizza.
Well, here's the thing: all of our
Mine's-
Pizza Huts around here got closed due to health reasons.
Pizza Hut standard practices, you mean?
Hey, there you
But yeah,
go.
you
Still
can
love their
get
pasta
this-
though.
You can get those with like pepperoni inside or whatever, but like yeah, just they have macaroni and cheese. It's like, well, fuck me. I guess I'm gonna do that.
You mean I can wrap my carbs in carbs?
Yes. It's like having garlic bread and mac and cheese at the same time.
I have to live my
Perfect.
stoner dreams vicariously through Conquest and his food eating because like he smokes as much weed as I want to smoke, and then he gets
That's
to eat
valid.
the things that I want to eat.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just like live for me, Conquest, while I can't live for myself.
All right.
Gonna love that federal government, man.
Oh, we've got
Hey, I
PlayStation.
can get it legally.
got
That's
some-
not the problem.
a little bit of PlayStation news.
What do we got?
Yeah.
Is it good news or bad news?
PlayStation cancels 2 unannounced live service games. So,
Okay, good.
With-
I'm,
including a live service God of War game, which
good.
would have probably been
I-
terrible.
Don't see how that would go well.
No, there was a multiplayer God of War for like
There
or some
was?
spin-off shit, like before like the new God of War or the reboot.
I remember multiplayer, But I remember like I said, I don't normally play there, but I'm doing the weird like roguelite.
They did the roguelike thing, yeah, in the
Most recent, yeah.
one of the
I've only ever played the very first God of War, whichever one came out like on PS3 back in the day. I've never played one since.
PS DOS.
PS2. There you go.
I watched my brother play it.
I also didn't beat it. I got bored.
Yeah.
I got bored about halfway through, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
I played through all of them. I think it was 3 or one of. There was like God of War, Conquest, Olympus, something or another.
Yeah, Chains
like
of Olympus and PSP.
Yeah, PSP.
Hang on, I'll look it up real quick.
I actually bought. So silly me. I bought the God of War HD collection for the PS3, which actually includes the Chains of Olympus and Broken something that was on the PSP. So it has all 5 games on it.
God of War Ascension is the only installment in the
Ascension.
series to offer a multiplayer feature on the PlayStation 3.
There you go.
Interesting. I think the ones on PSP are Ghost of Sparta and something else.
So okay,
Is that what it is?
So Sony has reportedly canceled 2 unannounced live service games that were in development at Ben Studio and Bluepoint Games, respectively. Bloomberg reports that Sony into production on 2 live service games that were in the works. Just read that. Why do you put shit in there twice? IGN.
Yeah.
Worthless.
It's just fucking IGN, dude.
God of War Chain of Olympus is one on the PSP.
Bluepoint Games, best known for the remasters of games of Shadow of the Colossus, and Demon Souls remake. They were reportedly working on a live service God of War game. So Bluepoint does have some like positive buzz because those 2 remakes were mostly positive.
Yeah, that Demon Souls remake is chef's kiss. Boy,
Yeah.
that thing is nice.
So that one might have been okay. Like if it was it's not really a new IP, but it is a new IP, I guess. Like it would have been a new IP for them, I suppose.
I like live service games. Okay, and
I don't hate them.
I'll tell you,
They can be done badly, and some can be done well.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
I just first 18.
Good job, buddy.
Why do you still have your camera?
Because I'm talking to some people, buddy.
Can I see me?
Yes, come here and say hi.
No, I want to see me.
No, you're right there. See? Say hi.
Hi.
All right,
Hi.
go watch your mama. Go watch some cartoons.
Who are
It's Chase and Nemo and Conquest.
Chase and Nemo and Conquest?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, close my door, please. Bye, Pop. Thank you. Bye. Watch out, buddy. Don't knock your sister over. All right, sorry about that.
No problem.
Anyway, so look, it's funny they pop in. So here's my thing. I love live service games because I've got a bunch of kids, right? I got 4 kids. 2 of them are most self-sufficient, but the small 2 that just came here, one you didn't see, but the other one, like, they need attention. I also don't have a bottomless budget to buy video games with. So if I can buy a game one time and then you're going to keep cranking content out for it, that's probably mostly free, or maybe I need to buy a $15, thing for it every 6 months or whatever, then what? Then I get to keep playing that game. Yeah, you see yourself? There you go.
Lizard man.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for lizard man. Close my door, please. Thank you. Love you. And so like Destiny it's still probably one of my favorite games ever. And Destiny was great before live service games was a thing. And in Destiny 2 is definitely like a live service game, but it's like shit, dude. That game has been out now since Destiny 1 came out in 2014.
Doobs.
What up,
Doobs in chat in a minute. Welcome in.
And then Destiny 2 came out and they really like hopped onto the live service thing. But it's like, dude, the content they've kept pumping into. I mean, Destiny is basically an MMO, right? At this point, with the expansion pack and all that stuff going. And I love that. I love that I can keep coming back to this game. And if I don't touch it for a while and I come back, there's new stuff to do. And it's cool that it's not a finite experience. Now, are all of them great? No. Right? Not by a country mile. But man, like, when they're done really well, it's great that you can buy in one time and then maybe for a small re-up fee, every so often, or maybe if it's $40 to get a full-blown expansion, like it's still at the price of a full game.
The big problem with with the live service games is they saw, because Destiny kind of kicked it off. Now, granted, there was other live service games before Destiny, but Destiny was kind of the one that kicked it off with the consoles. There was live service games on PC, but there wasn't really live service games on consoles.
Right.
Destiny, and then Destiny 2, obviously. But the problem with live service games is like, oh, these games can make a lot of money even after the initial sale, and everybody saw that, and then everybody else tried to do it, and not every, like you said, there are few and far between on which ones actually succeeded. So that's the problem with it. I don't hate hearing live service game, except when it's like the 10th live service game that week
in a row
or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what? Fair. I may have become too critical on live service. However, I think that my ire from live service is now being shifted towards early access.
yeah, no, it's almost the same thing. It's just they're just getting further and further away from actually giving you games. Before it's gonna be like, here's the rules of the game, pre-order now, and then as you just read the fucking rules and
the early access thing doesn't bother me so bad, I don't think, and mainly because it's purely optional. Like,
yeah, 100%. It's optional.
There's no, if you didn't do the early access, you're not going to be missing anything when the main game does drop. Other than maybe they'll reward the people who bought in early with stuff, and that's cool. Like, good for them. Like,
but the reason
COE 2
why
is
they're
gonna
doing it though is because they don't have enough money, right? That's
Supposedly.
they need a little like extra bank flow to help support them as they finish the game. I get that, but the problem is that you're expecting me to help fund your game, and I don't even know if it's going to be good.
Well, the bigger problem with it is like that's true for a smaller studio, but when you got people like EA, Ubisoft, these people that should have enough money to complete the damn game. EA is the world's worst. I'm on a strict EA boycott. Like, I never again will I purchase any other EA games. Fuck them. I don't care. I've tried to give them the benefit of the doubt once or twice, and then after that I was like, you know what? They're just greedy bastards. I'm good. I'm done with all
You
EA
purchased a
projects.
game. It's only a plate. Pay $5 for forks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
I mean, I was
guess-
playing the First Ascendant up until a couple weeks ago, like new content, like just like free to play game, live service style game. I played for the first couple months, and then I kind of dropped off with it. New stuff came out. I was like, oh, cool. I'll go back. It's still free to play. Just picked it up and started playing it again. And now I had all this new content to go through. I was
There
like,
you go.
there I go. And then like, yeah, I spent $20 on a skin that looked, like fishnets or whatever. I'm like, yeah, totally worth it. Totally fine.
and that's the thing is like, that stuff is dude, that's your prerogative as the consumer to, do you want to spend $20 to make your character look hotter than they already were? Yeah, cool. Like,
Exactly.
good for you. Hey, I do this. I've done the same thing. You should see some of the character skins I got in DK, bro. Holy shit. It's great.
Yeah.
Great. I love it. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm about to spend another like $40 to get one soon.
I certainly can't judge with all the DLC me and my brother bought from Dynasty Warriors games.
Yeah, buddy.
They had a-
Oh my god.
But that's like, but especially if your game is fully free to play, like First Ascendant is, or like Warframe. Man, look at Warframe. That thing's been
Or
going
Once Human.
forever.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
as
I wish I
glitchy as
liked
it's
survival
been,
games. I hate survival games so much.
that's
My
valid.
absolute least favorite genre.
This is another blow to Sony's ambitious live service game plan. In 2022, Sony acquired Destiny 2's developer Bungie and announced plans to have 12 live service games running by the end of 2025. 12 is too many.
Yeah.
Jesus
12 is
Christ.
too fucking many.
Yeah, by expression from one company.
Yeah. Sony has
But,
closed the
like I
door,
said, it just
closed down Concord developer Firewalk, oversaw layoffs at Bungie, canceled numerous online projects like Naughty Dog's Last of Us PvP game. Now, the Last of Us PvP was always actually really good. A Spider-Man online game, I don't think that would have been good.
like the
Live
that Last of
service
Us-
Twisted Metal game though. Fuck that. That would have been awesome.
that could have been
It would have.
That would have been awesome.
the Last of Us PvP thing. Like, I've never played the last. Like, I have no interest in playing it. I've never played either one of them.
Third person
I honestly just don't
Destiny
care.
spinoff called Payback.
But like the
That feels like it's too close to Payday.
what you call it, the live service, I mean the PvP, purely like PvP Last of Us game sounds like it would have been dope.
Well, there was a PvP mode in
Yeah.
The Last of Us
I,
Part
it's,
1.
like I really like. Did you ever play the PvP in Uncharted, like 2 or 3?
I
or
did,
whatever
yeah,
it
yeah. I
was?
played
It was
a little
sweet.
bit of. They were fun. It was kind of like just a fun throwaway deal, and that was that was the thing when they started like tacking on multiplayer to everything.
Yeah.
Call of Duty came out. Call of Duty got big, and then
What was the Assassin's Creed that had the multiplayer?
That was the one in
Brotherhood?
Boston,
No,
wasn't
not
it?
Brotherhood. Yeah, it was,
Syndicate.
Brotherhood,
No,
yeah.
not Syndicate. It was
yeah, it was
Unity.
Brotherhood. Oh,
Unity.
Maybe that's what it was. I haven't played an
I will
Assassin's
double
Creed
check.
since the
Hang
first
on.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Not Assassin's Creed 2.2 or whatever.
No, I played the story where you play the first one where you play as Enzo, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And about halfway through the game, I was like, I'm tired of collecting these fucking bird feathers. I'm just mainlining the story, and I did everything, and I was like, just give me the story. And then like I got done with it, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then another one came out, and I was like, it's too soon. And then I just never. Oh, I lied. I'm sorry. I did play one other one. The one that was on the Vita, Liberation, where you played as the girl down in New Orleans.
Yeah, that was the Civil War, Independence War.
Whatever. It was old. But you played as like a girl. She's like Creole down in New Orleans, but she got brought in to the assassins group somehow. I think I don't know if she was part of like a group of slaves that got freed, and I guess I don't know if she showed like she excelled in martial prowess during the rebellion, and they were like, hey, would you like to go free other people like you? And she was like, yeah. Like, all right, cool.
So all the live service games have been canceled. This just leaves Bungie's Marathon and Haven Studios PvP project still in the works. Just 2 live service games alongside continued support for Helldivers 2, which Sony is publishing. There are also rumors for 2 online Horizon games, one co-op experience, and the other being an MMO. You know,
Horizon MMO could be dope.
It could be.
Horizon
like I
MMO
really
could
hope
be
they get
dope.
away from Aloy's shit. Like that, the world itself is really cool. I really love the first game.
The story of the first game is what got me through the whole through. Like the gameplay was not necessarily.
I love the game. And shooting parts off robot dinosaurs.
I only made it about, I don't know, a handful of hours in that. Maybe more handful. I probably maybe played 15 to 20 hours of that game.
I played.
The story is what got me hooked in that one.
I can't. Well, my problem is the story was really cool, but there's too many shiny blips on the map, and I was like, I'm never going to be able to do all these. And I was like, I can't take it. It's like, I gotta
really
turn this
though,
off.
honestly, that map is much smaller than. Like I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is like the whole fucking Greek
one
map.
Yeah.
Like all of it, like every single thing. It's the whole fucking thing. It's stupidly.
No, but if they like, if I feel like, I guess if I can craft weapons and gimmicks, I don't like the survival games where I got to craft bases and eat food and drink water. Like I hate all those gameplay elements of any game. Like I just drop them. Hate it so much. I have to do that in real life.
Like,
I don't want to do it in video games. I have to eat and drink and sleep in real life. I don't want to do that in my video games. I want my dude to stay awake for 9,000 hours straight and never touch a sip of water. That's my goal. I don't want to eat or drink if I don't have to ever. But I like crafting weapons and armor. I think that's dope as fuck. So give me an Horizon MMO, where I can give me Horizon X Monster Hunter yesterday, please.
No, that would be.
I want to hunt those metal dinosaurs and metal lizards and carve their metal bits off and make
Miriam. Is Miriam Project Miriam or something? Did you see the trailer for that?
No.
So it's a Chinese spin-off. Everybody's like, it's a Horizon clone. I'll find a trailer. We have to watch it.
Because it looked fantastic.
And it's it has like Monster Hunter elements. It has
it's kind of like Ark.
Survival.
Ark and Monster Hunter had a baby.
Yeah, survival elements.
Ark pissed me off so bad.
And
First time I got into it, I played it. I built a cool little base. Nothing huge, nothing crazy, but I built a little house. And I put me a little bed in there. It was sweet. And I was like, all right, cool. And I had to go do something. And I came back. All my shit was gone the next day. Somebody chopped my shit down, stole all my stuff. And I was like,
you played online servers. I played very few of those.
I'm like, I'm never playing this game ever again. I was pissed.
I only went on to like 1 or 2 online servers, 1 or 2 of them actually being, public servers like that. for the most part, I just played with my friends, and I was the dodo queen. If you touched any of my dodos, I would know, and I would nuke your house.
Motor Ram. Motor Ram.
I don't know, man.
Okay, let's watch Light of Motiram.
yeah. No, I mean, like I did see. I guess they interviewed what's his face, Kaz Hirashi, was that his name? And he said that if he was still the president of Sony, he would have not agreed to like any of the live service games they put out.
Yeah, but now it's that Peter Hovzos or whatever his name is. Like, oh yeah, we need all the live service.
Yeah,
He just looks
12.
like he just looks like a greedy fuck. If you look at him, he just like that guy's a greedy fuck. You know.
Well, I mean, it's moved. Like gaming has moved away from the niche, audience that it served for a very long time, and because now it's big business. It is Hollywood adjacent at this point, and so these investors put in, fat bank to develop a game, and the thing is, it takes 10 years to develop said game. And they're like, I still want to get paid when this is over.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's okay. What? And here's the other thing. They're like, let's start making a game. Like, okay, cool. What's hot and trending? And it'll be this. And then like 3-4 years into development,
later,
it's not cool anymore.
No, we've seen a lot of that shit this year. That's what 2020.
Oh, yeah.
2024 had a lot of that.
This is
what's hot in 2020, and in 2024 it was like this is
Dustborn.
yeah.
This is the culmination. I mean, the thing is this has been in the works the whole time. The pressure's just finally at a boil.
My perfect example of that I always go back to is Jack and Daxter 1 and then Jack and Daxter 2.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, hey,
AG,
we are Naughty Dog.
Jack and Daxter, yeah.
No, it's like we make platformers that are like action things, and it's like, oh, cool. It's like, we strive to not have loading screens. That was our big thing for the Jack and Daxter 1. That's awesome. It's like, now what's popular in 2? Well, Grand Theft Auto 3 kind of is like selling off the fucking charts. So maybe we make a game that has like carjacking and some like, I don't know, some Tony Hawk references.
We're gonna give them guns now.
Yeah, we're gonna give them guns, and it's like you can carjack people and you have a skateboard or a hoverboard.
They got hookers.
Like,
you can hire hookers and murder her and take your money back.
Yeah. I was like, what happened? It's like, yeah, just Naughty Dog recognized that that's where the people that were buying their games were now getting older, and that's what the games they were buying were like Grand Theft Auto.
Lizard.
So this is Light of Motiram.
It's pretty dope.
Everyone's like, oh, it's Horizon. My brain goes, hey, it's Zoids.
Yeah, no, it really does.
There you go.
There was a
I'm
game that
glad
come out.
someone else finally fucking remembers that thing.
Well, there was a game that come out that Steel Hunters or whatever mech game that straight up had Zoids in it.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm hyped.
Conquest gets the biggest boner about Steel Hunters.
I'm actually very excited.
All right, so here's the Monster Hunter size ones, and there's and it definitely shows him like fighting with like oversized weapons and shit. These bigger, like there's like a 7-minute trailer.
Hell yeah, I'll take it.
And then and you can also like you break their parts off like you do in Monster Hunter, and then you can build like fightable smaller mechs with them, and you can also like summon a fucking like you can take their parts, you build like a tiger pet, and then you can summon that to help fight with you and stuff.
Yeah,
sounds cool.
I'm into it.
It's really cool. Country boy, welcome in, country boy.
What up, country boy? It's my dude.
Like, yeah, so here's like your rideable, different
dude,
ones and shit.
So yeah, it's like Wild Hearts with mechs, and I'm for that.
There's a fucking hammer.
Let's go. Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
Imitation is a serious form of flattery, I guess. I'll take it. Like that looks tight.
Yeah, to me, that was why I really enjoyed Pal World. I was like, oh, I like the concept of Pokemon. I just wish there was more shit instead of just 2D crap or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they like, oh, we're gonna give you like base building, and then you could also like enslave these guys and put them to work in your base. It's like, love that. I love being an overlord. That's awesome.
This one has opposable thumbs. It can fire an AK.
Yeah.
Dude, listen. Power World drops, and people are like, it's Pokemon with guns. I'm like, all right, this sounds interesting enough for me to check it out. I installed it, and I was like, okay, going through the tutorial. It's like, all right, now build you a house to sleep in. And I was like, delete, uninstall. Get out of here. I was like, dude, I can't take this.
I had a grand time making some of the most. None of the houses I built should have worked in any capacity. They should have fallen off the cliff. They shouldn't have just. There was no supports. They
Yeah.
didn't make me need support, so I just kept building off until it was like, you can't build that way anymore. And I'm like, why not?
Invisible
So
wall.
you're the first person to fight gravity and win.
The problem,
That's
the problem with survival craft games is that, and it's the problem and the point at the same time. It's like it takes so long to get to like the gun part, the gun section of that tree or whatever. And then when you get there, now you start out like build hammer. You need rock and stick, and then it goes to you need cold fusion and like all these other fucking parts and stuff to build a gun. Like it's like, oh my god, really? Like
If it
Go
was
find
if
exactly
it was
one stick of uranium.
if it was just building the weapons and the armor, I'd probably still be playing. Like I'm
Yeah.
like I said, harvesting materials to build weapons and armor, whether it's killing monsters or a pickaxe,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
you know,
The second you're like, well, you got to build a house. You got to rest in a bed because you get tired. You got to go crops because you need food because you're hungry. Not only that, you got to feed all these Goomba freaking pals that you catch. They all got to eat
start a
too. I'm like,
farm.
fuck that, man.
you gotta start a farm so they can raise their
Can't take
berries.
dude,
And
no.
stuff.
That is all
But
the
at
fun
least you can have
factor.
it all automated by your own mons.
I don't care.
Yeah, you
Then
can't
why
automate
have
it.
it? Why have it?
It's just kind of the point, I think, just to build your base.
It just like that's as
you know-
soon as you introduce that into a game for me, and I know this is just for me,
Yeah.
but you introduce that into a game, like everything else that was fun about the game is no longer fun. Even the stuff I like, I don't like anymore.
That is
Understandable.
the
Hard bet.
exact same attitude I have about like MMOs.
and they're not
because-
for everybody.
Because when it's like, here, grind out this raid boss or whatever for the 0.03% chance for this one thing to drop, and then you have to fight over that shit. Like, and you may have to do that for like months or fucking years or something.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
Mhm.
I
And
watched a buddy of mine. I
You
watched
can
a
only
buddy
kill
of
the
mine.
raid boss once a week.
Yeah, I watched a buddy of mine play Black Desert Online, and when I've had this argument with him before.
That's it. That's it. Wait, real quick before you get into that, I'm just gonna let you know it's a Korean MMO.
Yeah.
They are the worst examples of MMOs. Not that they're
no.
bad games, but
Yeah.
they have the most they're the
You got to
Richter
put your
scale
life
of
into that
grind.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their grind is exponential on exponential.
So
Games like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, and even like some other MMOs and stuff, they're grindy. Don't get me wrong, and you know they have low percent drops for their big bad items.
But
Why
you
would-
actually
wouldn't
get
be
to see
bad if you could?
progress.
But you can. But any Korean-based MMO like that is the pits when it comes to grinding. Anyway, sorry.
I literally watched him. He was trying to get like 50 of something crystal. I don't know any of
Yeah.
the actual details or whatever. I watched him every day, stream 6 days a week. I would tune into his stream, and every single day for like 2 months, the stream looked exactly the fucking same. Like he was doing the same loop circle,
Mhm.
clicking the same 10
Yeah.
buttons or whatever, over and over and over again. And I'm like, that looks like a job. That's like a factory job. That's not even a game at that point. You're just, you know, that's the comment I had. Being good at an MMO is just saying you're like a good factory worker.
But you know what? Though? Like I guess I would make the same argument about any of those crafting games. Like you gotta go. You gotta harvest materials to build a thing. You gotta grow and harvest the crops, and you gotta get more seeds and more fertilizer, more water.
Yeah.
Plant, grow, and harvest. To plant, grow, and harvest.
I guess
And
it-
don't forget, you have to wait. Some of that shit takes like 2 to 3 minutes per whatever you're doing. Like, oh, you got a 10-40 stacks of leather. Okay, that's gonna take you like 45 minutes.
To me, that's like a, I don't know, like a chore checklist thing. It's like, oh, I can be cooking this while this is cooking. I can run over here and harvest this thing or whatever. So it's like a multitasking. Like it works in my brain to do that
Sure.
stuff. It's like, but at the same time, I totally understand because once you get to that upper tier shit, then it becomes a real slog to try to get.
Yeah. I mean, it's, gaming. All gaming is subjective, right?
Yeah.
There's no correct answer to the question, but it's just, I mean, like this, like I ruin this for people all the time, right? Like I love RPGs. I love them. It's like the core thing that I stream. It's the core thing that I play. I have all my life. Like I'm damn near 40, and I've been playing RPGs since I was 10. I don't know, man. So going on 30 years of RPG gaming, and I love them. They are absolutely the most boring games to play mechanically. You just XXXXX or whatever button your AAA on the Xbox or on the Switch, whatever you're pressing, it's like select from a menu, do the thing, and it's like you know, as far as gameplay wise goes, you're not doing anything. And the thing is, you're probably also using the same attack skills or spells all the time because they're the best and the strongest. So why would you use anything that's not dealing that much damage anymore? So every battle is exactly the same. Add an item for healing. Battle. It's like these games are not like, if you really want to get in the minutia about that shit, these games are not fun to play or anything. It's like you're purely here because you want the narrative. You're there for that narrative driven experience. But like gameplay wise, it's just.
When I was a kid, I played through a few RPGs. Like I liked like Legend of Dragoon and Kingdom Hearts and stuff. Like I really enjoyed those games.
You went from you went.
No, like I did enjoy those. Like I haven't played all. Like I did like 1 and 2. I did play, and I enjoyed. But this, you know,
That's
but
so
the thing,
funny.
like is the example is the story is kind of what carries most of the things.
Yeah, 100%.
I gotta clip that. You went literally from like my favorite game of all time to my least
Look,
favorite
I'm
game
still
of all
like,
time.
if they
Listen,
ever do like
Conquest-
a Legend of Dragoon remake, I'm fucking all in, bro.
Conquest played Kingdom Hearts 1 on stream, and he was like, he started out, this is okay. At least the music's good. And he got to the end and it was like, I might fucking off myself on stream. so then, right, so get this. And I still don't know why he did this, but then he's like, hey, I'll play Kingdom Hearts 2 as a sub goal on my long running subathon. So of course, chat, knowing his massive displeasure at Kingdom Hearts 1 got him to his
Got
goal
that
at
shit
Kingdom Hearts
within
2.
months.
And he was
probably.
like, he's like, well, at least you guys say this one's better, so I'm hoping that it's better. And he got it. And he was like, this game's fucking worse than the first. How does anybody? This game is bad. How do you like this game at all? I don't understand how any of you guys like this game. And we're on chat like, I don't know, man. I love Kingdom Hearts 2. I had a blast playing that game. Like, this game is.
I love the Kingdom Hearts
No.
series.
I enjoyed it.
So bad.
He was like, I need to go. I need a grippy sock vacation to recover from this game.
Conquest. Did you ever beat Sephiroth in the Coliseum?
So no, I mainlined the story in both of them because I could not beat.
I never
like,
beat Sephiroth.
I know the exact moment. It was in Kingdom Hearts 1 inside of Monstro.
Mhm.
And there's a chest that you have to. It's like you kind of have to like platform to get to.
Mhm.
And of course, in that game, like enemies spawn and you can't open chests in combat. So yeah, they just kept spawning, and I kept failing the platforming section to get back up, and they just kept spawning more. And I got to the point where like it was like 30 minutes in this one fucking room trying to open this chest, and I opened it and it was like an ether, and I was so over everything at that point. I was like, this game is the worst. I'm done.
It's so fun, dude. It's like
I've had similar issues on Skyrim. I just want to get through this cave. I I see a box.
But
What's in the box?
no,
Arrows.
But it's so funny that Chase, that you mentioned enjoying playing Legend of Dragoon and Kingdom Hearts in the same breath, because Conquest is ultimately conflicted now.
That fucking whiplash.
He wants to
Yeah,
stay
so-
here or leave.
It's literally like LOD and Ogre Battle 64 are my favorite games of all time, and then like Kingdom Hearts is like one of my least favorite games of all time.
I never played a ton of them. Like I've still yet to ever beat a Final Fantasy game. Tried. I was going through 16, kind of having fun with it, and then I just kind of started doing something else, and I haven't gone back to it. So the story is a big thing. And when it comes to like those RPGs, like I don't have the time or patience. Like I need instant. Like I need to log in and like fire up a match or do something instantly.
Dopamine, give me now.
Yeah, I gotta have that.
Gratification.
And you know, even if I play games, sit here and play games for 3 hours every evening, like I don't have the patience to. And I don't have. I've got 3 fucking monitors here too, so I'm way too distracted all the time. If I just had one monitor or sitting in front of a TV or something, probably could get through it. But now I'm just like I've got streams going over here, watching other people on Twitch and stuff.
I don't think it's that you don't have the time. It's like or the patience. It's just one of those things where like the formatting is not for you. It's like it's why I can't watch anime week to week, because like it's like if a 23-minute episode or 22-minute episode, and then I have to wait a fucking week for the next one. The narrative is so hard to like stay invested in for me over a whole week.
So
I only have 22 minutes.
I've been doing anime week to week for the last years, but I watch everything.
That's sure.
You know,
that's fine.
So I am a content monster. I consume content on, because most of the time I have it like playing on the corner. Like I don't even actually have to watch it. I just listen to like an English dub, just listen to it, and that's how I absorb this stuff. YouTube, all this stuff. While I'm in the truck driving, like I drive for a living. That's something's playing all the time, and I consume content at an alarming rate. So I watch everything that comes out. I'll burn through a fucking 64 episode anime in 3 days. Like a 3-season or 4-season anime, I'll burn through it. It's like
I go on a short binge. I'll go like 3 or 4 days of watching anime, and then I won't watch it for like 6 months.
Yeah, I mean,
just because like I don't like part of it is whenever I want to watch it, I got to watch it on TV, and it usually is my kids are around, and it's like, all right, am I watching a show that's not gonna like scare or scar my kids if they see something on the screen when I'm watching it?
Totally
like,
handle some Attack on Titan. Come on,
oh yeah, for real. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's like I was even trying to watch like Solo Leveling. I was like, this will probably be okay.
Jesus.
And then like, oh yeah,
Bruh.
that was a little more rougher than I expected. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was really good, but like,
and then episode 3 happened. Huh?
No.
So.
God,
funny quick story about anime, right? We're talking about it. Took my kids to see the Christmas lights at Christmas time. They got this big drive-through windy thing you drive your car through, and it's a big display show, right?
Yeah.
So we come around this corner. I don't remember what show we're playing. We come around this corner, and they've got it so that it's like pretty much showing like a YouTube AMV that somebody made, and like it's all magical girl anime stuff. And like I love magical girl anime, right? I grew up on like Sailor Moon. I love that shit. And like, I'm watching because I'm driving, so I can't like stare at it. So of course we're going really slow, so it's not the worst thing. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I think that's Card Captor Sakura. That's cool. I'm like, oh, that's definitely Sailor Moon. And I was like, is that fucking Madoka Magica?
Oh,
and, like, so we
no.
bust this corner, right? And I like hard turn around, and I'm like, it's Madoka Magica. The show. Like,
yeah, that one.
It
That
wasn't
was
any of those
tricky.
scenes.
Good night, Dad.
Good night, buddy. I love you.
Bro, I wound up going into Madoka Magica without knowing what the hell was going on. I just saw a cute magical girl anime when I was in middle
It's
school.
so good though.
I clicked into it, and it's like, fuck, oh my god. When Tomoe died, I was inconsolable. My brother comes in, he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, she's
Episode 3, baby. Yeah. No, it's. Have you watched all of it though? Did you watch all the movies and
have.
everything?
I never
I
finished.
have. I haven't watched the latest one yet.
The newest one didn't it like just come out? I haven't seen that one yet. The
I
one
don't
that's
think it's been
actually a
translated
sequel.
yet.
High
Good night, buddy. I love you.
murder shows piss me. Because like you're getting like Attack on Titan. I've still yet to finish Attack on Titan.
I can't personally enjoy it because I
Because it's
can't
like-
get attached to any of the characters.
Yeah, that's me. I start to get
Because
attached to it, and then they
there's
kill them off, and I'm
95%
like,
chance they're gonna
no.
die.
Did you like Game of Thrones?
No,
Never
Okay.
watched Game of Thrones. But
I
I'm
think-
okay without Incest Simulator.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that was what was I making fun of yesterday? I did a big anime stream yesterday. We watched like 16 episodes of all this season of stuff. I gotta say, Red Ranger Isekai is the best anime ever. You gotta go watch it right fucking now.
See, I have to watch dubs. Like I don't super dislike subs, but the subtitles they fuck my ADHD brain up. I just end up reading everything, and I can't focus on it.
Never watched the show. You're just might as well just read the
I'm just
novellas.
reading, yeah. So
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer for Red Ranger Isekai. That I do want to see that. Did you watch the Go Loser Ranger?
I think I'm on episode 7 or 8. I need to finish it off, but yeah, it's also very good.
That
I
was
love
that's like Power Rangers meets The Boys. It was like a crazy.
Yeah, I liked it. It was really good.
Yeah,
I still need to go back and watch that chicken anime, the one that we did a reaction to.
I don't think it's out yet, but there is one. It's like a chicken fight, or it's like a rooster anime, chicken anime, rooster anime, or something like that.
Yeah.
Cock fight or something. I forget what it's called. It's like fucking super dramatic, like anime style, and it just shows a chicken.
You've got like these weird ass, like almost Attack on Titan mixed with Parasite type creatures coming after little chicken things, and you see one animated little chick going around. It's got the big anime girl eyes, and it trips and it falls. Big dramatic music. It turns around and goes, ah! There's this giant human face coming after it on fingers.
Yeah, that would
That's a
look
goddamn
stupid.
chicken colored like all serious Saitama.
Oh, that's funny. The only things I've been watching recently are Tower of God and, like I said, Solo Leveling.
Both are excellent, by the way. I might add.
haven't finished
Also,
Tower of God.
ReZero. You should watch ReZero.
No, I love ReZero like partway through season
Rooster
1. I was
Fight.
like,
I don't think that's the one with Subaru and
Yep,
Rim and
yep.
Ram, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
it
I
just
never
felt
watched
like it's just like a cock blocking mess at that point. I was like, fuck this. Give me blue balls. Get the fuck out of here.
it. You know what I watched?
I was like in for the suffering.
This was like early like pandemic time. I think I managed to get down quite a bit of anime during that time. I watched Darling in the Franxx. That was pretty good.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I actually enjoyed that all the way up, and then I just somehow have never watched the final episode. Like I watched it, and I was like, oh, it ended. And then I'd come find out like there was one more episode, and I was like, oh, I've never seen it. Oh, okay. And I just never have watched it.
I wanna go back and see if there's if the manga ends differently, because
Yeah, I heard the ending was kind of crap.
it feels like it's not. It just feels like it kind of is abrupt.
Yeah.
But like a lot of times some of those shows get an alternate anime ending that's different than the manga is, and it's just like kind of just done.
What was that?
But
Undead.
it swerved me. It swerved me about halfway through the second half of the show. I'm not gonna like spoil it for people who haven't watched it, but like there was a curveball thrown at me with some of the side characters, and I was like, wow,
Yeah, that was weird.
Not expecting that story. But I loved it. Like it was great. It was a nice, like, I don't know, just like I said, just came out of nowhere. But I was like, this is actually pretty cool.
Undead Unluck is.
I haven't watched that one yet, but I want to. I heard that one's pretty good.
It's really good. It's crazy out there. Like it doesn't really fit with any other kind of anime.
Oh,
Wow.
I know what else I'm watching. Did you watch Kaiju number 8?
I did watch Kaiju number 8.
Brother, that
What was the
shit
first episode?
rules so hard.
We watched a trailer. They did a trailer for a Kaiju 8. I think it's going to be a mobile game. They announced.
I'll check it out. Probably a gacha game.
I think it is going to be a gacha game.
I'll play it.
They released some stills or something.
I play a handful of gacha games. So I play Zenless Zone Zero, I play Nikkei, and I play Exilium Girls Frontline 2.
I'm waiting for Ananta. Right?
Waifu collector. I love a waifu collector.
Yeah, Ananta is the GTA 6 with like Spider-Man web slinging in it anime.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
It used to be called Project Mugen, and now it's like Ananta is the new title.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know it got an official
Yeah.
title yet. Yeah, I remember that Project
Yeah,
movie.
there's a official trailer popped up a few weeks ago. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah,
play. I'm gonna play it until I hit the gotcha wall where I'm like I either have to spend money or grind out a bunch of shit, and then I'll probably.
Listen,
Me
man.
and Lost Ark.
I finally, after like 10 years of playing gacha games on my phone, Nikkei made me break my no spending rule. And I think even like the Nikkei just did its 2-year anniversary. I think I've only maybe spent $60, and that's been across like 2 years. It wasn't all at one time. And it was kind of small purchases here and there.
Was also like a big Nikkei. Dream Nikkei had everything was up to date with everything. And I asked him, I was like, oh, I've seen the trailers for like the new Rappy unit coming out. I said, oh, what's up with Nikkei? You're gonna go back to it? He's like, nope, fuck that, deleted it. He's saying they got too greedy. He's like, they dropped like 3 banners right in a row, and like nobody, like you had to spend money to get these characters because. So he's like, nope, I'm done.
Oh, I wonder if he's talking about the.
They did like back to back events, whatever, something.
Yeah, but they always got something going on. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it was like I think it was more. I don't know exactly what.
I don't know.
Like he's like, yo, you couldn't
Kind of
save
like
for any
stacking on top
units
of each other.
Yeah, but I mean they're pretty the drop the thing when there's a banner, it's like a 4% chance, which is double what it normally is to get that character, and like they throw pulls at you in that game. It's not like I said, I mean they're not giving the stuff away, but I don't feel like the only time, like I said, I bought one of the monthly passes one time. It's $20. You get like a character skin and a bunch of free pulls with it. It's like a bundle deal. And then and I'm like, okay, I use this character a lot. I really like her. She's got a cool skin. It's the character Naga, who's like one of the two. They're at the what's called the MMR vocational school. She's one of the like the student girls, and it's like instead of her being in her student uniform, she's in like this her little it's a pink dress, real cute pink dress, and I don't know, it's cool looking. I was like, yeah, I like that. And again, got a bunch of pulls. I used the pulls in there to get whoever the current banner character was, and I was like,
yeah, that's
and then you get mileage. You know, you get mileage, so it's got a pretty good.
I think I dropped like $100 in Tower of Fantasy. I enjoyed that one.
When that came out, I played it for a bit on PS5, and I don't know. It's too.
The multiplayer part is what got me. It's like
I didn't play what you call it either. I didn't play
Genshin.
Genshin. Yeah, no.
I like Genshin. I like the combat part of it, and then Tower was really close to it, but the multiplayer was kind of seamless. You could just like, oh, here's my friend, we're playing, and like he could run off the other side of the map, but you're still in a party. Like you don't have to drop parties and stuff like you. Load up.
No, and like I said, I played the only Hoyo game I really play is Endless Zone Zero. I love that game. The combat in that game is tight, fast, frantic, super anime, like big and flashy, which I really like. You know, and that game's cool because it's got waifus and husbandos, so you get a little bit of everything in that game. It's got a character for everybody to thirst after.
So let's burn through a few more of these headlines here, the articles I got. We're gonna burn through them. But we got former PlayStation president Shuhei Yoshida weighs in on Bloodborne's future. Miyazaki doesn't want anyone else to touch it. So there's that. Everybody's always questioning a Bloodborne remake or remaster or something, and Miyazaki doesn't.
Is this the article where he says that we won't get a Bloodborne 2 until Miyazaki's free? I saw the quote, but I wasn't sure what article it came from.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably. Yeah. Personal connection to Bloodborne might explain why there's been no remastered sequel. Been a decade since Bloodborne first arrived on PS4, instantly cementing itself as one of the most beloved games of its generation, developed by FromSoft and helmed by renowned Hidetaka Miyazaki.
Yep. Yeah,
I think it's interesting. He's successful. And he is so busy and he cannot do it himself, but he doesn't want anyone to touch it. So that's my theory, and the PlayStation team respects his wish. That is my guess. I am not revealing anything. Yeah, he wants to work on it, but he's too busy working on other things.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck him in. Fucking whoops.
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 It's your boys TPC and H. What up, whoops?
So got that. Let's click on this one. XCD Project Red devs explain their new open-world vampire RPG, Blood of the Dawnwalker, handles its time-limited story, and I'm getting a big Persona vibes. Doesn't require you to rush. So it's a timed. Did you guys play Persona 5? That's the other RPG that I've actually played.
I played 3, 4, and 5. Yeah.
I managed to beat the first dungeon.
I played the demo of Metaphor Refantasia.
I played 5 and I got so into it. I'm like, I was at work. I'm like, I gotta go home. I gotta study for me. Literally, because that's what you fucking do in that game. Like, I'm like, I
remember. It sucked.
Yeah. No, I played 4 is my favorite. Like I've put a bunch of time into 4, and I'm maybe halfway through 5, but I got to go back to it. Probably whenever I go back to it, I'll start it over again.
But I wonder though. So I don't know who's.
I will say this
radar.
in regards to like the time limit Persona thing. It is not as bad as people who have not played the game think that it is.
Yeah, it's just time management.
It's only that bad. It's only that bad if you're bad at the game. Because you typically have like a ton of time to get things done, and you're not blocked out of doing too much if you don't go to the dungeon every single day. Yeah. And most of the dungeons, like if you get adequately leveled up in the previous dungeon or whatever, you can typically take them in 1, maybe 2 days. And then you don't and if you do miss an event, it's a small event and it's not going to matter in the long run because you'll have plenty of events.
Yeah, when you go to grind the dungeon, you just grind the
dungeon.
Try to get max level and capture.
Yeah, and I think in 3, at least in the original 3, I don't know about the 3 remake because I haven't played that. I have Persona 3 for the PS2, and I think there was a thing where you could actually, your characters could get too tired and it would just kick you out.
Huh.
They'd be like, "Oh, I'm too tired. I got to go back," and like you wouldn't be able to continue more that day. Whereas 4 doesn't have that, and 5 I don't think has that either. Like I think
if you die out completely, it will kick you out. Everybody
something
passes
like that
out or something, it'll kick you out or something.
But if you, but like I know in 4, and I'm pretty sure 5 has it too. You know, when you make it to the next save room, when you go back, you can start.
Yeah.
You go, where do you want to go? Do you want to start at the entrance or do you want to start at this point? And you can start at where you left off. It's like you leave and go back to town, but then when you go to the dungeon, you can essentially fast travel to that next point and then start where you left off instead of having to do everything again. So it's not like
I
don't know. It's not the worst.
Time Quest, though, according to this, like Time Quest, something else that also kind of triggered a memory was Dead Rising.
Yes.
I never played it, but I do know.
Watched my
there's
brother
like a time
suffer
thing.
through that shit so many times.
It would be like a radio message would come on, and you had like so many in-game hours.
Have to fucking haul ass all the way across that mall. Everything is coming.
Or you just lost access to
the courtyard.
Right.
And if you game over at any point, it's not like you reload from where you last saved. You have to start the whole thing over, and like. Yeah, like you have to relive that 72 in-game hours. It's like Majora's Mask.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Like you have to keep reliving that 72 hours.
Talk about Majora's Mask. I haven't finished it yet.
Hell yeah. The Persona games it's not like that. And Metaphor, apparently with the Metaphor game, the development team was like, there is no way to time gate yourself out of content in that game. Like everything is available to do. Regardless if the dungeon takes you one in-game day or 5 in-game days or whatever, like all those events will be available to do when you get done.
That's good.
So, like I said, I mean, there's nothing really like, none of the major events in Persona are missable. I guess I'll say like that, right? No. Like in Persona 4, right? You're a bunch of kids in high school. And so there's your summer break, there's winter break, there's the New Year festival. There's all these things that you can go to, with your party members. But like you don't miss out on those. What you do miss out on is if you didn't make high enough friendship bonds with them, then you'll have different interactions than you would.
Yeah, I did. There was one set of bonds that I never got up, so I missed out on like certain personas. The twin jailer girls or whatever. Like I didn't get
Velvet Room.
Yeah, I didn't understand their like bond. Or whatever. Like I had to capture specific personas and combine them or something like that. That was how you like build their bond. But I didn't understand that, and then by the time I did, I was way too far gone, and I couldn't capture those.
All of the Velvet Room attendants, that's their gimmick because it's the girl in the limo in 4, and it's some other girl in 3.
So they're trying to like basically show you that mechanic.
Mm-hmm. She's like, "Oh, show me a blah 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 with this skill on it." And you just have to forge one.
Yeah,
basically it's kind of this super long running tutorial on how to like fuse your personas together and then carry the skills from your old personas into the new ones. Like
totally missed it until like I was more than halfway through the game. I was like, "Oh shit!" Okay, so we got Microsoft layoffs. Sucks, but it either does suck or it doesn't because like. Could just be too much bloat in these like companies. Like there's people. Did you ever see the video of the girl who worked at like fucking Twitter or something back in the day? She's like, "This is my day. I go and get a latte, and then we sit in the meditation room for 3 hours, and like she does everything but fucking work all day. Like it was like a day in her life or whatever. And, like she never works and get paid $250,000 a year.
Yeah.
And like, I lost my job. Like you. I don't think you did anything in the first place.
Didn't have one.
Well, here's the thing. I talked about this with somebody the other day. I don't remember why we were talking about it, but when you go to these companies like any sort of development, anything, software, games, all of that employment there is almost entirely project based anyway. Mm-hmm. So they're going to hire a bunch of people. They're going to build a thing. They're going to release it, and then when your project is deployed to the wild, hey, thanks. Well, we'll call you when the next project comes up, and they'll keep a small team on for, post-launch oversight, or they'll have it supported by another group somewhere else in the world entirely.
I think the biggest problem with that is in this day and age is the people who do it are all like younger, you know, super young millennials, Gen Z, now Gen Alpha people getting into these industries, but they don't actually have any work experience. They don't really understand how jobs actually work. They think they just get hired, they get told thing to do, they do thing, and they get paycheck, and that's all they really know, because that's all they've ever really been taught, because they go from
a lot of places they go to work. That's how they operate.
Yeah. But
and that's the thing. Companies aren't hiring people for 25-year pension jobs anymore.
No.
Man, that's not a thing.
No.
Here's your job. Here's your $150,000 over the next 9 months. Thanks for the completion of the project. We'll call you next time. And then you just float around hoping you didn't spend all your money as you got it.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's,
until the next project comes along.
And that's what I think these kids are like. You know, they get told all of these things in college and high school and stuff like that, and they get basically told everything, and then they have to think on their own. They're like, what do you mean I'm fired? What do you mean, like, oh, this is the end of the world, I lost my job? And it's like, for a contractor.
Yeah.
What do you mean you lost you're a contractor?
Yeah.
And it should be like everybody says, Hollywood games, you know, it should be a gig economy. You hire the best people to do these things. That's how
I think that's what it is. And that's,
well,
like I said, when they say they're doing a number of layoffs, I'm always just like, how many of these people are tenured employees? How many of these people getting laid off have been there for 10 plus years? Well, like, how many of these people actually expected to get more than 3 to 5 years out of the job? I'm like, and that's like I said, so are they actually laying people off, or are just the projects are completed and now all these people are jobless? Like, that's my question. Like, how much of it is we're laying off because we're not making any money versus we don't need you anymore because you finished the task that we hired you to do.
And then the projects that they finish don't sell. So there's also that. So they lose a shit ton of money. Like, I know there was some record-breaking games that come out in 20. Like, there was some good games, but like in all, AAA, like, they shit the bed. Like, they lost. There was so much money that was like just burnt, and you know, it's crazy to me. So, we're Microsoft layoffs is just another thing. I had another point and I forgot it.
Sorry.
No, it's good. Speaking of, like, Hideo Kojima is tired while crunching on Death Stranding 2 and wonders how long he'll be able to keep making games. Every day feels like I'm racing against the clock. Yeah, how old is he now? He's 60s, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
It's, I can't help but think how much longer I'll be able to stay creative. He wrote in another post, I want to keep going for the rest of my life, but is it 10 more years? 20? Every day feels like I'm racing against the clock. Now, at 87, Ridley Scott is still active, and back when he was past 60, my current stage in life, he created a masterpiece, Gladiator. So he's 60.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, again, I think that's just like general mortality, like, you know, stance. I don't think we could like read into that too much.
Right.
Like, I forget the director, but his whole thing was just like you like, people don't like stop making movies; they just keep making movies until they can't.
Right.
until other people tell them to stop, or they can't.
Right.
You know, it's not. You don't just like stop doing that thing that you love doing, or that you like, you know, built your life on doing.
Well, it's like we were talking about at the beginning, man. Game development is so long. Like, if he does go another 20 years, realistically, what is that? 2, maybe 3 games he gets to make?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at this
You know
point.
what I mean? It's not like 20
If he's
years is
lucky.
20 games.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's break it up for just a minute. Let's go into our headliner, because I kind of want to talk about this. I've got a stinger and everything, guys. Here we go. We're going to look at our headliner. This video game controller is grown from bacteria and yeast rather than being constructed from plastic.
I think I'll take my exit now.
So unfollow.
Like I said,
Unsub.
I see the weirdest headlines and I have to check them out.
That's so why?
Yeah, but can I play it with my
just-
mouth?
Yeah, but can I play Doom on it?
you can play Doom on anything. They just announced that you
Seriously.
can play Doom in a PDF file.
Yeah, I saw that. There's no sound though.
Dude, you can play Doom in like some dude played it with cells.
Yeah,
okay?
bacteria.
You play Doom on cells.
Yeah,
like-
Shit.
Yeah. This is
But
from.
why did this need to be a thing?
I've never heard of this website.
know.
This website Yanko Design. No
This is
idea.
Sounds fucking
gross.
The video game controller. Okay, biologically grown, digitally assembled, humanly crafted.
Yes,
Disgusting.
because video game controllers are the leading source of our plastic
Yeah.
consumption.
Right?
Yes, because I want my controller to be squishy when I hold
Look at
it.
this.
Because I want
This looks
because
so
I want to feel like I
gross.
had to hack.
Why
off
does it look
somebody's
like he's
arm.
like fucking up an Eggo?
It does.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it looks like you just put buttons on an empanada, but
Yeah, tortilla. Yeah.
Oh god.
awful.
It's like somebody's old wallet got dipped in a deep fryer.
It's like playing.
Yeah.
It's like if I turn my balls into a controller, I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Put some LED strips right in between.
make my taint more attractive.
Gotta bedazzle that shit, don't you know?
This
No.
looks like an ancient, like an.
Hey, you know what? There's that one guy, he's probably out there. He's like, oh, now I don't have to worry about people calling me out for not washing my controller.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This looks like
Imagine you show up to the fighting game tournament with this.
Oh
Ew!
I
man,
plug my
Ew.
controller in. No.
no, even not.
You win. Get away from me.
Hey,
I
why is that
quit.
other guy coming up there? Oh, well, actually, like we turned his gooch into a controller. He's gonna lay on the stage like this. And I'm gonna play. I'm gonna
Dude.
play on his asshole.
these people like instead like here's the
Next
thing
level.
like they go through all this stuff. A biohybrid device for gaming that can grow through biofabrication instead of being constructed on an assembly line. So you can just plant this and grow your own controller or whatever. Like
I'm okay.
so here's the thing. These people actually like spent millions of dollars and used like their actual brain cells to make this when they could just be like inventing fucking Sword Art Online full dive VR shit. Can we just have that already for fuck's sake?
Exactly. Why do we need a flesh controller?
Yeah, like let me play games in my fucking dreams, please. That's all I want. I can just lay down in my bed and put a mask on, and then I'm inside a fucking world.
That's gonna
Let's
be
do
the
that.
true end of days is when we have Sword Art Online full dive.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it's
Definitely.
definitely.
You know what?
nice.
At least if I die in there,
You're
I
just
die
gonna be
happy.
IVing fucking supplements into you, and I mean it's already pretty bad.
Yeah.
Most people
Hey,
don't. I don't really ever leave
listen.
my computer room.
Listen, if full dive comes out, I'm absolutely getting in it. Like, don't mishear what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
telling
yeah,
you. But I'm just telling you right now, like, this just
I
gonna be the
might
end
not like
times,
sword art,
bro.
but if it's anything like freaking dot hack, fucking sign me up, please.
Yo, dot hack's so good.
I want a grunty.
What about
Good
Log
shot.
Horizon? Shout out my Log Horizon fans.
Log Horizon's good too.
I need
Log
to watch
Horizon,
it. I
though,
haven't watched
wasn't-
it yet.
Really a full dive MMO. It was just an isekai.
But they were in an MMO world.
They were in an MMO world that was just a regular MMO game that you played like mouse and keyboard.
Was it?
Any
Yeah.
of y'all watch Bofuri?
Oh, okay.
Pretty
I
sure.
thought it
Yeah,
was
Bofuri. Yeah, that one's.
Both nuts. I was
So,
joking.
Shangri-La Frontier is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I also did not watch that. I need to watch that too.
The animation,
I need to get up on Common Alone.
yeah, the animation is amazing. Like it's
on my short list.
Yeah.
Like it's on my short list of
it's up there with like the latest Demon Slayer series. The
Is it weird that I
animation's-
fucking hate the bunny?
in what?
what?
Oh,
Say that
no,
again?
Shangri-La.
No. Mascot characters are the fucking worst. Period. Like,
Wait, hold on, wait. Is it bunny girl?
Yes and no.
No, it's
What you're-
the bunny.
She-
Like an
she
actual
can,
bunny.
She can transform into a girl, but it's not really. No, it's like a mascot. cute-
I will glare suspiciously at the two of you for now.
Okay, I'll get a picture. We'll look at. I'll show you a picture.
We don't hate bunny.
If she
girls.
looks anything like Lola Bunny, then I'll start glaring
No,
with you.
not quite.
No, it's the equivalent of like Lucky or Chomper or
Oh God.
or Paimon.
Yeah.
No. Not the emergency food rations.
Yeah, that one.
Listen here, Vera's in Final Fantasy 12 and in 14 are
Yep.
some of the greatest creations
Demo.
ever. First of all, second of all, Makotes in Final Fantasy 14 are the next best one.
Okay.
Stay away from my bunny girls and my cat girls. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Hey man, I dressed up Kisara like a bunny girl the entire time I played.
Oh my God.
So this is Immel, and like she has like a transformation for.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can hate that character. It's fine. I kind of hate it too.
I don't even know what her voice sounds like.
Oh, it's
I already want to hit it.
I guarantee it's annoying.
Yeah. She's like I said, I hate mascot characters just with a passion. She's okay. Like I don't really.
Exactly.
She makes me mad. But other than that show's pretty damn great.
Yeah. No, the rest of the show's awesome, and it's full on like this guy's diving in and out of different games. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like they're on Crunchyroll's fucking holiday hiatus. But I was watching week to week, and then like they haven't put anything out in like 4 weeks, like mid-season.
Yar har, motherfucker.
No, and like they haven't put it out to be pirated.
It's not going out. Yeah. It's on. They're all on break.
Anyway, but yeah, they like he jumps into like a Armored Core mech like game like for 3 episodes.
Shouts to Armored Core 6, by the way.
Oh yeah, Armored Core 6. I still haven't
big time.
It yet.
Like my third favorite thing after bunny girls and cat girls is giant mechs. I am 1000% mechasexual.
So yeah, we were talking about Steel Hunters. Like I watched that trailer. I missed the beta thing. Steel Hunters, so good. Like the only problem that I really have is it's going to be PvP, and I just fucking
it's PvPvE, right? But I don't know. It's 6 teams of 2. I'm so down with that game.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
The matches are snappy. Like it's kind of you battle royale. You kind of get like drowned out. Like it feels like maybe like 20-30 minute matches.
Mm-hmm.
That one's like I don't think I played like 15. I won like 12 because I was just on fire. I guess it was at the moment. Yeah. But like they all lasted like 6 to 10 tops.
Did you play Mecha Break?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, but Nerdad was in early in that, and my buddy Garu was like super big on it.
Yeah, Mecha Break was cool.
So Mecha Break, I had a problem with it. So I enjoyed like the visuals and stuff looked really good. Character creator and then like the way the mechs looked. That stuff looked really awesome. The problem with it was it felt like a super clunky armor. It just felt clunky and slow. Like it was fast, but also like trying to turn felt weird. And then I played like 1.5 matches. There was no like it just paired you up with people. There was no other kind of cue for it, and I don't know. I ended up like I played 1 match, got annihilated. Really didn't understand what was going on. I was like, fuck this.
I don't know. I liked the Mecha Break was like fast paced chaos. I loved it. I thought it was really cool. It reminded me of Virtual On. Did you ever play Virtual On? The 2-player arcade like mech cab is old, like from the late 90s cab, where it had the twin stick controls and you could like turn left and right and had missiles and like trigger guns. Dude, Virtual On was fucking sweet. It kind of reminded me of that. Zone of the Enders a little bit. Did you ever play Zone of the Enders on PS2?
No, I missed that one too.
Man, you get to play as Jehuti. In the first game, you play as a little kid who, during like a wartime conflict, stumbles into this mech called Jehuti, just chilling. And then like you get it and it cuts on and it's like, what? And you kind of ride it through there. In the second one, you're still in Jehuti, but it's a totally different dude. It's this miner named Django, I think is his name. And same deal, gets in it for some reason, and then you're getting pursued by this other mech called Anubis. But it's like you're moving around a 3-dimensional field, up, down, left, right, like you got Z-axis and everything, and you're just going around and fighting each other, shooting lasers and punching and kicking. Man, it's fucking awesome. Anyway, I don't know. It reminded me a lot of that stuff. I really liked it. Steel Hunters moves way slower than Mecha Break did, like physically slower. Like you're in a big giant machine. They're not sprinting.
Like I don't know, it didn't feel right. And then at one point in time, like I was shooting a dude for like 30 seconds, and then he killed me. I had to drop on him. Like I was like, I don't understand. Like there was kind of like a rock paper scissors. Like
I don't know. That was
certain
probably
mechs
online
could kill other
stuff.
mechs faster in Mecha Break, from what I understood.
I don't know.
I don't
That
know.
could have been
Hero
on
shooter.
netcode. That could have been
I
netcode
hate
stuff.
that. I hate all hero shooters. I hate Overwatch.
too.
I can't do it.
See, I'm not a big. I didn't get hero shooter vibe from the Mecha Break game.
Well, there
I
was
just
some,
got like
yeah,
pick a
customization.
robot that you like, and then I mean, I guess they have different guns.
There's different classes. I think there's like
but
a
like
tank
I didn't
class
necessarily
and
like
light
qualify
classes.
it as a
Yeah, and again,
hero
like
shooter.
you could like essentially just lose based on the fact that your team just is unwilling to play separate roles.
Yeah,
Like,
there was that.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
I
and I
just-
felt like Steel Hunters is so objective based in it. Like you win by completing the objective, not by killing each other.
So Steel Hunters, you say it's PvE,
Yeah, so-
PvP. Is it kind of like Hunt Showdown?
Well, no, like
Oh.
so essentially when you get into a game, you and your teammate have to go take down like random spawned AI that are just kind of like circling little areas, and they'll drop upgrades that'll have like for your say for your defense or for your weapons or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you use those defense and upgrades to like take out other players or take out higher level, I guess, mechs. And then you keep and like the maps themselves are pretty small, so you don't have to worry about like it's not like like a Fortnite map where you're running for 10 minutes to get into a circle or something.
But you capture like a thing falls down, you have to capture a point, and then you have to keep the opposing 5 enemy teams off of said point, and you capture resources, and then once you capture whatever the bogey is, you win.
Doesn't sound bad. I'm
No,
curious.
it was cool, but like I said, I think I liked the. I just wish they moved a little faster. They felt like trotting, like lumbering is what it felt like.
I mean, the speed that you move in Armor, it's breakneck back and forth.
Oh, I love it.
I think almost anything else is gonna feel.
Yeah. Well, like here's the thing: it feels trotting and plodding around, but it also feels like if I was in a giant fucking robot, this is what it would really feel like to move around it. At the same time,
it's made by the same companies as World of Warships and World of Tanks, so it has that same like grounded feeling where like they kind of have like that. It's like, well, this is like future warships or future tanks, like right. This is like if combat evolved. Now we have mechs. Now we have mechs that also look like bears or mechs that look like wolves.
Or mechs that look like spiders.
Here's the Liger, the blue one. Liger.
It's cool. Again, it's cool, and like each one, it's free. You unlock your mechs pretty quick. They're all pretty stylistically different. There's a sniper and there's a whatever, but again, it's just teams of 2, so it doesn't feel like there's like a bad combination you can have.
Oh, nice. Okay.
When does
I definitely
want to
check it
game
out.
drop? Any idea?
I have no idea. Like, I don't think they have an official release date, but I'll be keeping my eyes on the ground.
I'm pretty sure that it'll be on a Saturday night TPC and H stream.
Speaking of hero shooters, though, this was for Nemo. Oh, she's a Team Fortress 2 person. Team Fortress 2 just had the single biggest trade in its history with the absolute best hat you can get, going for around $40,000.
Impressive.
Who actually spends $40,000 on a fucking cosmetic?
People
You would be disturbed.
People will fuck you money, man.
You'd be surprised. I've watched too many like YouTube videos based on like what's the biggest in-game purchases ever made, and like for like Second Life shit, and like people buying like full-on plots of land and planets and other games and stuff. Or like Eve and stuff.
I was gonna say, if you think 40K is bad, do not look at Eve Online.
Like, dude, I was
avert your gaze, bro. Avert your gaze.
Yeah.
These people are spending big city full-time salary money on that game. I'm not talking 40,000 a year. I'm talking 250K. Spending a boatload of money.
It's insane, dude.
That's 50. Okay. Vital is the buyer that tells PC gamers that the trade in question was for a total of around 24,000 keys worth of items plus undisclosed lumps and undisclosed lump of cash. TF2 keys currently go for about $2.18 on Steam, so hang on to your hats. That's $52,320 worth of keys. To be fair, however, we should probably price it at the value of keys somewhere on like Marketplace, which are typically around $1.80, so a mere $43,200. plus Ash. And is this the hat? An artist's vision of this particular Crohn's dome shimmering in the moonlight. Image credit
It is.
title. Okay. Is the
hat
the
has
guy that
a
buys this
spectrum
hat?
spectrum, adds a decent amount of value, but not overly much, and headless.
Could you imagine the guy who buys this hat and he's just probably, he may not even be good. He just gets his ass fucking handed to him. Like, you know, I've got a $42,000 hat. You're dead. Like,
You're still ass
You'd
at this
be-
game, bro.
You'd be surprised how often that happens.
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's a headline for you. 40K. I don't.
God damn. I saw that pop
Understand
up the other day
humans.
when I was exploring, but I just couldn't. Because, mind you, when I was in middle school and high school, I made a lot of my money on Steam by actually creating keys. Go into a round for a couple of hours on TF2, get a bunch of items, scrap them, turn the scrap into a key, sell that bitch online, buy myself a little goodie.
Yeah.
Hearing him
Yes.
give away that many keys hurt my soul. Money?
Hey,
Yeah, it's
Well, here's the big one of the night. But Nintendo.
I'm blind.
This is
Which
red ass
two?
screen. Holy
dude,
crap.
look at your face, bro.
I know, dude. I'm looking at the reflection. I'm looking at the reflection. of the
Akuma.
camera. This is in Japanese.
Ohio gozaimasu.
William?
you're
Wait a
in
minute.
Japanese.
Ah.
Ooh.
Ooh, get out of here.
Psych, it's just another Switch.
Have you watched this yet?
Mm-mm.
I watched it earlier.
That's a thick bitch.
Fucking
Yo, why has it got grooves? You can fit so much. I mean, what?
You have any idea how much Cheeto dust you can fit in this bitch?
Now that stand I really like.
Well, that is
Way
gonna be
better than that
broken day
singular-
one on like
Yeah.
90% of minutes.
Ooh.
Did you
Gross.
finally wait? You put rubberized texture beneath the thumbstick? That's just gonna get so gunked up so quick.
I don't think it's. I doubt it's rubberized. It's probably just flat plastic. Flat.
It just yeah, they did it the same time as the like. Oh, never mind. That's the inside, not the outside.
It's a
You're
cool
right, you're right.
presentation.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely that.
I love how like they must not actually have the physical product yet because this is way too much CG.
Oh, that's how they
So
were.
that's
They're
okay.
magnetic, but they actually plug in.
No. They're USB. Yeah, or not. They plug in.
Some sort of port. Yeah.
USB-C. It looks like.
Good, because mine are fucking bugged, dude. Like I cannot plug both of my Joy-Cons onto my Switch and use them. It only detects one.
So it's bigger.
It's thicker.
But I think they said so. We've been hearing about all the leaks and stuff that come out behind this. Was
The
like,
processor is still old though.
well, they were using a processor that was like 2018. Or like, I forget what it was, but it's like, it's not the most current shit. Like,
It never will be. That's not their gimmick. This is if you're looking at a Nintendo console
but
to be a powerhouse, you
they're-
are.
But
you
they're
are
still
wrong.
selling it for $400, like it is a
Yeah,
it is a
well.
powerhouse.
It's
To
Nintendo,
me-
bro. It's
me,
fucking
though,
Nintendo, bro.
Buy a Steam Deck. Honestly, like I played enough Hoppy Plumber Man. I played enough Furry Ball Catchers and Crossover Kart and Crossover Fighter and Legend of Twink. I'm good. I don't need any more.
I'll be
I-
honest.
I-
The only game that I really look forward to nowadays from Nintendo is some kind of update from Animal Crossing.
And sure, but like my thing with this is again, like I'm not the audience for this. This is not for me. And my other thing is like, why would you make a console knowing full well that you're making it in a sense that like developers are going to struggle to make it for your like games for your console?
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
not being a
That's the thing
powerhouse
that keeps
is
getting
one
me.
thing, but at the same time, like you're also so far behind everybody
They're-
else.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
like they're
brother.
limiting
It
themselves
does
to
not-
indies.
No. They want to limit themselves to first party only. Nintendo wants Nintendo only on their thing. The fact that they opened up the Switch to let third-party games get on there in the first place was a fucking miracle to me. And I really think they just went and looked at them and they were just like, "You think your game can play on this thing? Yeah. Fine. Listen, and if it sucks and people are mad, it's because your game's bad. We don't care." And then they'll sell Mario Kart 8 for $60 still, a game that came out for the Wii U when it launched.
Yeah.
They'll sell Mario Brothers 3 for $50 or whatever the fuck. Like the regular Nintendo shit.
And they'll sell they will sell an underpowered game like Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild or whatever, which they're nice looking, don't get me wrong. And Mario Odyssey was a blast to play. I had fun playing it, right? It's not a bad game. But it is definitely a gen and a half ago, even when it came out on the Switch at launch. And they still wanted the same price as the PS4 at the time and the Xbox One at the time. Like,
and then they have this like false scarcity bullshit every time.
Yep.
They don't, it's selling out everywhere. You can't hardly find one. If you find one, you better buy one.
The only thing I like that they're doing with this, which I'm happy about, is, and you're probably going to get to this in a minute, it's fully backwards compatible with both digital and physical Switch 1 games.
Okay. That's good.
I don't know. I'm not the market. I wouldn't buy any kind of mobile console. Like I said, that's not an appeal to me.
I bought a Switch, and I bought it because my son lives in Oklahoma, and I would go and pick him up, and I'm like, here's a Switch, you can play it. Well, then I ended up like 2 Christmases ago, I bought him his own Switch. So now I've got one.
Yeah.
That I haven't charged in like over a year. Like it's dead as shit. I don't know if it'll ever even start again.
It will. Trust me, dude. That thing holds battery forever, brother.
No, it's dead, but it's got to be plugged up before it'll do anything.
But it's like I said, my wife got me one for my birthday, and whenever it came out, 2018 or something.
Something like that.
I have become
I don't know that I went and bought one for myself. Right? I don't know that I would have purchased my own one. I wanted one strictly to play Smash Brothers with my friends, but I don't know that I went and bought one myself. She bought me one.
Yeah.
And then I gained pretty good on it, but I think other than Smash Brothers and Mario Odyssey, I don't think I have any other first party games for that shit, dude. I go onto the store and buy all the classic stuff, and then me and a group of my friends have a Switch Online family plan, which is like $40 a year, and we split the cost amongst each other. So I have the online and the expansion pass, so I get all the NES, SNES, and Nintendo 64 games, and that's all I use it for.
Yeah, I was never a Nintendo guy. Like I had the regular Nintendo.
Yeah.
Then I went to Sega. Then I went to Sony. And I would play Nintendo games with other people who had like a 60. Buddies had 60.
Right.
I played my girlfriend in high school had a GameCube. Played a few GameCube games, but I just never was that Nintendo guy.
Yeah.
So when I bought the Switch, I have Super Smash Brothers. I enjoy Super Smash Brothers. I think it's a fun game.
Yeah.
It is a party platformer. It is not a fighting game. Thank you.
I said fun game. I didn't say fighting game. I said fun.
I'm just saying. I'm putting that out there.
Hey, now I'll argue it depends how you play it.
So.
Thank you.
To me, it was fun.
Two stock, no items is a fighting game.
I bought Mario Party. This is like, I can just bought an extra set of Joy-Cons, so we can just put 4 people, plug this up to TV, and play Mario Party. It's just like a virtual board game. Like that was fine. Yeah. I bought Odyssey. I didn't beat Odyssey. My son beat it, and then I bought Breath of the Wild. Beat it. I actually enjoyed it. Then I bought Pokemon Sword, the only Pokemon game I've ever bought. Played it. I was like, it scratches my ADHD itch, which is like, check off boxes in the list, whatever. Go catch monsters. But it was at the time where I was unemployed and like in between jobs, and I was staying with my parents. I was like, I don't couch and play Switch because I can't do anything else, you know. So, but other than that, yeah. So when I bought this house and moved into this house, from my computer room, and don't do anything else in it. And another thing too, where I'm very become such a PC guy now. I'm very anti paying subscription service to play Just
That's fair, I think.
I've got a PS5. I won't buy any multiplayer games for people because I'll just I'm not gonna give Sony money every month when I barely ever turn their console. And with Nintendo, like you can't play unless you've got a Nintendo Pass or whatever. I'm just like the online pass, pay for pass seems like such a crock of shit.
That's fair. I respect that.
Yeah, listen, I pay for all three of them.
Yeah.
I have an Xbox Game Pass Premium because my daughter has the Series S in her room, and I play the PC Game Pass side in here. I have PlayStation Plus Premium, and I also have, like I said, I'm a part of the Switch Online thing with my friends, and the Switch Online one is probably the one I use the least, but I don't really care because my personal portion of that monthly bill is like $7 now, I think, or whatever it is. But the Game Pass thing is $18 a month. But I don't know, man. My kid plays Minecraft and Goat Simulator and Roblox and also into The Sims. Like she plays all sorts of shit on there on her Xbox. So that's cool. I haven't had to buy her a game on that thing ever.
Yeah.
She just Game Passes everything.
Oh yeah, I mean that's perfect.
Conquest and I have played a bunch of Game Pass games on our Saturday streams. And then like PlayStation Plus, I've just had PlayStation Plus forever. Plus, they added a really robust retro collection recently, which is dope because I like some of the games they added to it. So it's been nice. Like, and the Switch Online is kind of cool because when I do use it, it's like my wife was working overnights for a bit. She had to work. She's a medical professional, right? She's not a doctor, but she works in the medical field, and she was doing an overnight rotation at a hospital one night a week. The hospital was like an hour away. So those were nights I wouldn't stream because I'd have the baby in the bed with me.
Mhm.
And I would either play on my Switch, while the baby was asleep. Because I couldn't leave the room or whatever. So the baby would be asleep in the room and I would just be chilling, jamming on my Switch. And it was cool because I could sit right there in the bed. I didn't need to turn the TV on to keep her up, with the light and the sound. I could sync my earbuds to it, put one in, have the other one open, listening for the baby, and just play whatever I wanted to play. And like I went back and played, I played Link to the Past a bunch, which was fucking cool. And I played Mario World on Super Nintendo, which I liked, which was cool. And I got to play like Crystalis for the NES, which was sweet, and Double Dragon and Ninja Gaiden. And so being able to go back and play all these cool ass retro games that I do own some physical copies of, but I can't take them everywhere in my house with me. Right. Same with like early mornings, if I woke up when say the wife, the baby kept my wife up all night, right? She's breastfed, like kept my wife up all night eating or crying or fussing or whatever. And it's like Saturday morning, my wife's like, look, take the baby. I'm going to sleep for a little while. I'm like, no sweat. I'll go downstairs, play with the baby and then put her in her high chair, give her some while she's eating. I might bust out the Switch and jam a little bit. And it's cool. I can sit on my couch and do it. So like, while Nintendo is definitely not my favorite company, and I typically don't enjoy many of their first-party games anymore, the platform is pretty dope. And with having NES, SNES, Sega, now it has Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64 games on it. I'm like, dude, it's got like 6 or 7 classic consoles worth of games on there, and it's got not all of them. There are some notable absences there, but most of their heavy hitters, Breath of Fire 1 and 2's on there. I think Mario RPG. I gotta go back and look. Maybe not, but
didn't they do a remake of that game recently?
They did, yeah.
They did.
You probably won't be able to find the classic one.
No, but there are some. There's no Final Fantasies. There's no Chrono Trigger. Like not much of the SquareSoft stuff is on there, and I think that's just Square being Square. But but a lot of the classic popular games are on there on their respect, and like Phantasy Star 4 is on the Sega, and that's one of my favorite games of all time. And I'm like, cool. I can play Golden Axe and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, fair.
Anyway, why was I talking about this? I started on a tangent. Now I forgot why I was going down.
Game passes, shit like that.
Oh yeah, paying for it. Yeah, I think it's kind of goes back to my same thing about live service games. Between my 3 subscriptions, I'm paying like $60 a month. I guess maybe $40 some a month because I don't pay for the full Switch one by myself. But I'm paying like $40 some a month. But I do have a shitload of games that I could play.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wear a game out, I can go switch over to another one. I'm not going to buy another game. So,
yeah,
Like if I play it, not even to completion, if I play a decent amount of like 2 or 3 games a month across all of these services, I'm absolutely getting my money's worth. And I think that I am. MLB The Show got put on PlayStation Plus. I didn't buy it. It's part of the, the package now. And I've put a shitload of time into it. And like before that, something else hit that I was playing a bunch. Oh, like the NBA 2K23, I think, was free for a bit. They put NHL 23 on there or 24. So I played that for a bit. I played NBA 2K. I played like hundreds of hours of NBA 2K on there for free. And it's like, man, you know what I mean? Like I paid my subscription thing for a while, and it's like I definitely paid enough to buy this game after a few months, but it's like, dude, I played it for way more than what I've spent on subscription stuff. But it's the same. It's like I don't have this unlimited budget to buy every time I want to buy a new game. So I don't always have the luxury of scooping. Like this is the reason I haven't bought Stellar Blade. It just hasn't been in the budget for me to go drop $60 or whatever it is on buying it. I really want to play it. It's high on my list of things to play. I'm just like,
I've got an ad that I'm
so. You buy the Nier DLC for that yet?
Yeah, that was one of the costumes. It was one of the
yeah, buddy.
Nice. Yeah.
You wanted to bring up Magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can bring up Magic. Yeah, briefly. I just want to talk about like the crossovers that are happening this year. So in June, we're getting Final Fantasy is getting a full set in Magic the Gathering. So it'll be like 300-ish cards probably, all with like Final Fantasy art, characters.
I'm gonna make my brother cry with this info.
They're going to bring in like they actually have Final Fantasy artists doing the artwork for the some of the cards. They've shown off a few of the cards so far. Not the cards, just the art so far, and it looks great.
Gods, yes, it does.
Football.
So that's been pretty cool.
Dude, it's Emmett Selk. It's our boy.
Yeah, this looks really
14. Yeah, they've showed up like some like a Sephiroth piece as well, and my favorite one actually is the Kefka one where he's like poisoning the water. It looks so cool.
God, I hate Kefka.
Yeah, it looks sick. I was like, whoa, that looks
the art is really good. It's like the camera is under the water, looking up through the surface at Kefka pouring the poison in. It's pretty sick.
It's
Call
pretty
upon classic summons and even visit your favorite locations on the back.
June 13th.
So
there's that.
So I started. My buddy tried to get me into Magic. I was like, oh, I got into it right, kind of real quick. I was like, oh, I'm gonna spend a bunch of money.
It's called Cardboard Crack for a reason.
That is literally the name of the channel. The channel in my Discord is Cardboard Crack.
Teach your kids to play Magic. They won't have enough money to do drugs.
It's
exactly.
It's physical gotcha. I mean, that's what trading cards are. It's
like people are like, oh, gotcha. I've been playing it since I was fucking like 7 years old, essentially. So like 99.
When people shit hard on gacha mechanics and then they're active like Pokemon TGC, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic players, and I'm just like, excuse me?
I used to be really big into Yu-Gi-Oh!
I only play singles, I swear.
It's IR, like you said, it's IRL gacha, baby.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, when I was a kid, and that's probably where it started for me, dude, going and buying Pokemon booster packs in like 1998.
It was so much fun.
I fucking loved it, man. I was like,
crazy.
here's my $5. I'll take a booster pack. And I'm like, oh, am I going to get a holographic Charizard? Like the thrill of potentially getting badass cards was
gambling is gambling, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Gambling's fun.
Oh,
don't
dude, I
do
love
it,
going
children.
to casinos too.
Please,
like,
God, don't do it.
There's 2 other crossover sets they're doing this year, all for Magic. There's Spider-Man is getting a full release.
Spider-Man.
And so let's see that thing that says UUB. That's that's unannounced Universe Beyond. So the crossovers are all called Universe Beyonds. So I've been speculating for the last 6 months of what that could be. Initially, I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure it's going to be League of Legends. I was like, but then League of Legends announced that they're making their own physical card game that's coming out fairly soon. I was like, okay, so it's not that. Then this year, I guess like 2024, Magic was like, oh, we're partnering up with Nickelodeon to do a SpongeBob, themed, like a small little like 6 or 7 card type thing, like with some SpongeBob art. I was like, oh, so they have they're in talks with Nickelodeon, and we know that this set is going to be a fantasy themed set. I was like, it's fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender, and sure as shit, we got confirmation like 3 days ago.
I actually did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been speculating for so long, and I lost my mind. I was like, I called it.
Oren, mommy is tired. Hello.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's good to hear that there's some actual
in,
good news. Dragson, that's my brother. What you doing in here, Stinky?
Yeah, I heard cardboard crack. Nope, Final Fantasy.
Summoned him from the void. He's like, I was just sitting all by my lonesome somewhere, enjoying my solitude, and I heard the universe.
Probably came upstairs to change his clothes. I leave the door open so that way my cat doesn't scream and pretend he's dying outside. I like the carpet on the floor, you know. But yes,
the crossovers are. It's kind of cool, I guess.
People aren't like the community themselves aren't happy about it. People who are like entrenched Magic players like, this isn't Magic. I don't want my fucking SpongeBob attacking my Captain Morgans and getting blocked by your Tony the Tiger. I get it, but like the game is still good enough that people without the aesthetics, like people fucking play Fortnite. It's like you get killed by a guy wearing a banana suit, you stop the time. So I don't get the difference. Like
Goku can fight Batman.
Yeah. You have Goku and Batman fighting each other next to what's her face? Miku?
Hatsune Miku.
Miku.
Next to Hatsune Miku doing a concert in the middle of the stage. Like that's a thing that happens in Fortnite, and people are like, I love this game!
Across from Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
Yeah, across from Snoop Dogg. And then, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
While John Wick is assassinating Travis Scott. Like, it's like
the Fortnite,
or Chun-Li, sorry.
The Fortnite universe thing, like, I don't know.
I think it's awesome. I think it's like, I don't play it. I'm not really a consumer of it, but I think the high level, like,
I approve the crack.
The big brain on Epic for what they're doing with Fortnite. I love it because I think that it's only going to make gaming better over time. If I'm being totally honest with you, I think the more we're going to have this weird growing pain patch that we're in right now, where this increased attraction from outward to the gaming, nucleus is going to be really weird because everybody is going to want to put a finger in the pie and get paid for it. And it's going to happen. But then once enough people don't get paid because it doesn't work like they think it works, they'll back the fuck off. And then the people who came from the outside, who weren't really interested before, but saw it because of what Fortnite is doing, and we're like, oh, this actually could be really fucking cool. I think we're going to get some really cool shit out of it in the future. Like I said, it's a little weird now. I mean, I like the concerts. Doing the concerts in Fortnite is awesome. I haven't attended any of them, but like the idea that these major label acts, these Billboard charting acts, want to hold a virtual console in your video game? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? That's nuts.
It's silly. I guess it's just silly to think about too. At the same time, like it's cool, but at the same time, it's like, what? Why is this?
But like, to be fair, we are over here and we're all gushing over. Oh, I'd love, Full Dive, Sword Art Online gear.
Yeah.
And if we could go if I could pay $15 and be able to go hang out in a virtual concert. That's like, and there's just, I'm still thriving with all my fans. That's you can't tell me you wouldn't pay that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Considering how much
I
concerts
wanted to go to so many virtual concerts when just a couple of years ago, Niji Sanji, back when I still respected them, you bastards.
But yeah, like some of those things, it's like, or to me, like, I don't know why the NFL doesn't have 180-degree cameras put on the 50-yard line of all football games, so that I can put on my VR headset, spend $10, and be able to watch the football game from the 50-yard line and do literally turn my head and watch as the
you would do that, and then they would fucking project an ad, right? Like no matter where you turn, it would just the ad would be couldn't escape the commercial.
Know what? They would probably they're entitled to do so. Maybe I pay extra so I get the ad-free experience. But sure, but like why? Where is that? You know what I mean?
Actually,
they're not doing that, but aren't they doing There's a bar somewhere or a couple of them somewhere that's doing that, because I saw they were doing it with the World Series. I think it's not quite the 360 thing, but they got like
I
a
want 360.
giant
I just want
wall,
180. I just want to see the
curved
field.
wall,
I
or
want to
not
see
3, I
people
meant
behind
180.
me.
Yeah. But they had this giant wall that kind of curved out, and however they were viewing it, like it was this big ass wide angle of the game, and I was like, and there's a bunch of people sitting in a bar, but wherever the camera was set up, it was almost set up in a place like you were watching it from that position at the stadium, and it's like it's fucking
That's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, and the thing is, same with like Conquest idea. You don't have to take every game in like that, but like imagine if you had the ability to watch your two favorite teams, or your favorite team and your least favorite team battle each other, and that kind of things. Like, that'd be fucking sweet, man. I'd watch that.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
I actually I found out about it way too late. My son played high school football, and like they went to state this year, and I was like, cool, but he didn't tell me when the date was, so I couldn't get out there. He's like, you can watch it online. I log in, and dude, it was just like watching a college game. Like they had all the camera angles and everything for a high school game. I was like, holy crap! Like I wished I'd known about it the whole season, because I watched every one of his games.
Yep.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. I don't know. Again, coverage. Like we love coverage, and I back to Magic. We've lost a lot of coverage, because of COVID, right? A lot of these tournament series haven't come back, and a lot of these third party organizers don't do the events we used to get, and I miss it, because like it was awesome going. Like I got to go to Vegas in 2015. And that was the largest event, a single attendance for a Magic Gathering event for one tournament. And that was like an 8,100 player pod. So like 8,000 nerds all at the Las Vegas Convention Center playing in one tournament, whilst a bunch of other things were going on at the same time. It's just crazy. Like we'll never see that again, and I just miss that. I wish we can get more like big. Just events, or we're gonna run around these things that we run. It shouldn't be so hard to do so.
Yeah,
I agree.
I was thinking about. I haven't never. I'm going to a D&D convention this summer with my buddies.
Nice.
And I've got to get. Nemo's helped me playtest, but I've started my own. I guess initially it was based off of the anime High Rise Invasion.
Ooh, solid choice.
Yeah,
that show I've read and watched.
It's so
that
good.
fucking rules,
So,
man. Wild. That whole thing is fucking wild.
but it's gonna be open enough to be able to do it in like a sane asylum, or like the basic mechanics are gonna be able to be played in different.
Are you doing D10, D20? What are you doing?
2d10s, hope, despair. Roll 2d10s, and the higher one mark down, and there's a hope, despair counter that characters have, and it plays tug of war. So the more despair counters you get, you start like losing actions.
Sure.
Because you're too stressed out to do it. And then like the more hope you get, you start gaining, like inspire people to help them regain, get out of despair, whatever. So there's like a tug of war mechanic, and like every dice roll, every single thing works on that counter. Every time you roll the dice, the counter. So
I like a good D10 system, man.
Yeah.
It's like I like classic D20, but D10s feel tighter for some reason.
And then it's designed to be a one-shot style system.
Okay.
Where you can play just as a one-shot, but in the game, as you progress, there's a leveling system that I've given to each character. So, for example, everybody can pick up a gun and use it. But there's 3 different levels to each: trained or untrained, trained, and expert. And then so you get to pick like a skill that you can be trained in or whatever at the beginning, like your basic character sheet. And as you go, earn enough credits to buy training or whatever.
Sure.
And then there's like the pistol. Like, okay, so if you're untrained with a pistol, you roll to hit. Okay, you hit. Now, roll another d10. Okay, that's how many shots it took to actually hit the guy. Now you only have this many. Because you're untrained, so this is like a blind fire thing.
Yeah.
Like, you do hit him, you
Pray
do
and
damage,
pray.
Yeah.
but so.
No, that makes sense. Are you taking it to Gen Con or are you going to like?
Well, I'm gonna play it at my buddy's Ozark Con.
Okay.
Or in Arkansas.
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 You're shopping, none of them get the same look I did.
But I've got a. I'm trying to get. I need to do a full on play test because there's like a credit system, like a money style system in it.
Yeah.
Like that I need to balance. I did a play test for the combat. Learned a few things on it, so working on.
No, that sounds like I said that the hope despair thing sounds like a pretty cool like gimmick that allows you to, you know.
Except when you only roll despair.
No. I mean, that's fair, but like I feel like there's like a lot of.
Well, the initial thought was so it was like in High Rise Invasion. So when they first see the masked one wandering around, like they don't try to kill you at the beginning. They try to make you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And that was kind of the inspiration of the despair system. Is like they don't like for the first few rounds the enemies aren't out to kill you.
Yeah.
But every time you take damage, you take despair, and like if you get down to 0. Initially, it was like, that's it. Like, you no longer have actions, and your character actively tries to kill himself unless intervened by fate or another player.
Sure.
That's it. Now I've gotten it now where like you're basically stunned, like completely.
You're so stressed, you're just like
you're frozen in
fainting
fear.
goat.
Catatonic.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think leaving in the
let's just
your
say
despair
like
long
I
enough,
would have died by round 4 though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you got somebody who's they pick up a gun, they're trying to kill the enemy, and it's not happening, and you've got low despair. After enough turns, you just put the gun in your mouth, and that's it. Like,
Bro, I almost shot my teammate. I don't need that offer.
Changed it to where I take control and I actively attack everything. Your character becomes an NPC.
No, I mean that's pretty. That's that like I said, that does sound like it'd be pretty tight.
Overtaken by the demons.
And then I've got a
Jesus, take the wheel.
So I've titled it Infinity's Edge. The multi pulled, like your characters are pulled from different multiverses. Like the example I'm thinking, like character wakes up in looking like an insane asylum room, just bare concrete walls. You look outside and you see like Godzilla like breathing fire. The other guy looks out a different window and sees like Cthulhu coming. It's like the end of the apocalypse in every universe happens outside this building. So that's kind of the thought I have with that one. And then the Game Master God, like I flip a coin each round, each turn, each round, and you'll either get naughty or the nice version. The nice version may like pop up more items. The naughty version may spawn enemies. Like so there's like so the DM himself is on a coin flip.
No, that's pretty. Like I said, I think that's pretty dope. And like I said, I don't know that I've played every like D10, D20 system game out there, but I've played my fair share over the years, and I don't think I've played anything quite like that. So that's pretty cool.
Like I said, I'm just hoping I gotta get back focused on it. I'm doing this other project right now, which is ADHD. I really need to work on this. But let's write about this thing over here and let's come up with a completely different world. It's like, I've got 1,000.
Have you thought about like playing it through like a Roll20 or
Well, that's just it. I started to play through Roll20, but I don't understand that system well enough to program
your stuff into it.
The mechanic.
Okay.
I need to.
Have you thought about like just like tabletop simulator?
That has been something we've.
Yeah, I mean tabletop simulator. Yeah, possible. We were looking at VR chat. We found like a indie VR chat, which is free. That is like tabletop simulator. I own it, but it's still like $20 for.
But now
Yeah,
you gotta get
and the
people who have VR
modules are
headsets.
kind of like and the modules are kind of confusing. But yeah, okay, fair enough.
I'm not gonna say the VR chat one's any better unless
Nah,
you've got a headset. It's gonna be kind of annoying to place that fucking thing down on the table without it just kind of being lopsided sideways and sticking up about 2 inches.
Yeah, there's like, it's like a straight up like full on table in
Room.
front of you, and
Yeah.
and there's like terrain pieces you can select from, and I was messing around with it, but the terrain pieces don't have gravity, so when you let go with the mouse, it just
Oh,
kind
they're
of
like
hovers in
paintbrushes. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
paintbrushes from Oblivion.
Yeah,
just kind of hover in the air, so they don't snap to the, because there's like a gridded
Yeah.
area in the middle, but you can just straight up like import an image that will be projected on there, like if you're looking at a 2D battle map. So if I find
that's cool.
2D battle maps, I can do that.
and you can
that'll
use the same process to make miniatures for your characters, so you don't have to play as your models. You can go online, find a URL for a picture that you like, and then have it printed as your mini and have it ported to the table.
Makes sense. That's cool.
Pretty cool. I've been
No, yeah,
messing
it's-
around with that, but
You can check. Let me see if they're still around quick before I suggest this. It's not a system that you could play the game on, but it is a place I used to buy a lot of my tabletop. Yeah, there's a place called drivethrurpg.com. You ever heard of it?
yep, I have bought a map from.
Okay. I years and years and years and years and years ago, I used to listen to this dude's, I don't know if he's still around anymore or not, but he did like a tabletop review Patreon like podcast thing, and I was subbed to his Patreon forever. And he did a couple other things. Really cool cat. But somebody in like their larger tabletop community, I think he passed away, and they did a big like charity drive for him on DriveThruRPG. I was like, I'd never heard this before. And I went, so it was like $50, and you got like a shitload of stuff, first of all. But then like I've gone back here a bunch to like pick up codexes and rule books and maps, like you said, and stuff like that to use. I used to play Pathfinder on Roll20 for a long time.
Nice.
And a lot of the stuff that we were using there was from DriveThruRPG. Because anything, we just import maps and whatevers and tokens. I guess they're not figures on the computer, but they're the token equivalent of a minifig or whatever, which is pretty
I mean, people are gonna hate me for this. Like with AI now, AIR generators, bro. You can straight up make your character in like 50 varieties in 10 minutes.
Well, and listen, I'm not an AI user. I never touch stuff like whatever. However, if you're a one-man show and you're just trying to make a thing so people can play it and it's cool, fuck, dude, crush AI. Use that shit.
Yeah.
Use all the tools to your advantage to get your product out there. When the big people who got the resources and the ability are then using the same stuff, and it's just like, hey man, wait a second. These are tools for the folks that are like strapped and solo dolo. Like you need to leave that to them. You pay somebody to make some cool art for you, brother.
So the ultimate goal with this would be to make a. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Frostgrave. There's like it's like Rangers. It's like something Rangers and Frostgrave. Anyway, it's a rule book created for tabletop, and I played it with a buddy of mine. Basically, like each player has their own like party, adventuring band, and everybody assembles onto a map. My buddy was making like these crazy different terrains and shit, and like anyway, it was super cool. As you play pretty rudimentary stuff, like every time you get attacked, everybody rolls contested every attack, and if like you beat the attack, then counter attack.
Nice.
And it's all just a D20. That's it. It's pretty basic. How you level up and gain XP. The wizard is like the guy. Like every band is supposed to have a wizard, and that's supposed to be the guy. So every time you cast a spell, you gain XP. When you kill an enemy, you get like 1 XP. Every time you cast a spell, you get 10. Every 100 XP, you gain a level. Every level, you gain a.
Nice.
So anyway, but that's how they just have a book with the rules and some art and stuff, and that's the whole game right there. You buy the book, and then you can make your own terrain and stuff. It's really awesome. That's the ultimate goal with mine, is to be able to do that, and then maybe do a map or something. Bundle, you buy the rule book, and then here's a fold out, like a checkerboard, old school like board game fold out map that would come out in a few tokens. Play a one shot or whatever.
Speaking of weird tabletop games, and you said a word and it made me think of it. Have you seen Trench Crusade? It's like a Warhammer like minifig tabletop game that's takes place in post-apocalyptic or it's based on like post-apocalyptic World War One. So like while we were fighting over in Europe, like a gate to hell opens up, and there's like a major hellmouth in England somewhere, I think. Then a bunch of people who were close to it got like corrupted and turned into whatever. So now basically like World War One version, Astro Militarium from like Warhammer 40K are fighting against these demon incursions and people that have, blasphemed and committed heresy and sided with the demons and stuff, dude. It's like in Kickstarter.
Sounds pretty cool.
It's some of the minis are fucking brutal looking, dude.
On a side note, while you're pulling up, I completely unrelated. I just saw this. Rest in peace, David Lynch.
Oh yeah,
I saw that this morning. There you go. I just dropped it in the private chat if y'all want to take a look at it. But it's it's on. It's not out yet. You gotta like back their Kickstarter or whatever it is to get the stuff. And the price is not too bad. I mean, like if you've ever bought a Warhammer army before, you've paid this much, probably more than what this thing is backing for. But like, I think if you pay like an extra one, I think they'll actually send you the vectors for it, so you can print your own shit. I can't remember. I was reading into it because I was like, bro, I want to check this out. But like, dude, some of the you can buy the digital files from the shit. But some of the minifigures look badass, man. Very like I said, it's all World War. Like it's like it happened in World War One, and now the game you're playing is like 100 years after that. But like it's been fighting there, or however long it's been, but they've just been fighting this hell incursion the whole time. It's fucking crazy.
Noise.
Trying to find my.
Sorry, you were talking about terrain and making terrain on the tables, which made me think of Warhammer, which made me think of this.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on the Warhammer, like the game? Is it Game Science? Is that the company?
Game Workshop.
Game Workshop. Yeah. I love Warhammer. I have for a long time. I played tabletop back in like just out of high school. We played fantasy, which I'm not huge into fantasy, but a couple friends of mine had armies, so I picked up Britannia, which is essentially like King Arthur, and my hero unit was Gawain the Green. And you could
actually picture me over here in the corner, but this is playing Frostgrave, and it's just like is like 3D printed stuff that he's bought, but like all these little like bridges and stuff, he's like gluing popsicles.
Yeah, dude, sweet, man.
Yeah,
and he a lot of his other stuff he bought like foam. Cut foam blocks out, made walls and stuff out of foam, painted them all. But yeah. But anyway,
if I didn't have a penchant for buying $220 pair of shoes every couple of weeks like I do now, I would probably buy Warhammer figures and play. To be honest with you, because I love the shit, man. Like that. This is my favorite version of like in-person game playing. Like D&D is great, but like, man, give me. I love.
War games.
I love like Warhammer. Have you ever played Warhammer like on a?
I haven't
like in person. So your movement is based. It's so many like inches of movement, and it's based on a speed. So you roll the dice to see like can you move that full thing or whatever. And then when you're moving, and it has a lot of similar stuff like D&D. If you're moving, and somebody is still and they see you, they can take an action of advantage. You're running across the field and they're just waiting for you to pass by. Like they can take an opportunity of advantage and shoot you. But terrain matters, things block your way. Height, I can shoot further because I'm higher up than you. So I gain range for being higher up and down. Whereas like, I feel like D&D doesn't have a lot of that because it doesn't it's not that thick in the minutia, which is fine. it makes it way easier for people to pick up. Warhammer is definitely a thing where like
It's just
you gotta want to be playing that shit.
D&D's more is because it's based on a grid system and not something like that, because that's the limiting factor. Warhammer, there's no grids, there's no hexagons. It's just it's just measurements and templates.
Yeah,
you like there's literally a point where like you're like, okay, well, I fire my mortar and I have a plastic little radial that shows me what it lands on.
Yeah.
And then everything inside that touches the base or whatever that takes damage from the mortar, and that's after those guys are dead or whatever, we move them inside and they regroup or reform.
So, okay, this is kind of like you were talking about measurements. Frostgrave's like that. Everything's measured.
Yeah.
You can move 6 inches or whatever.
No, yeah. Most of the games, or if you're playing with terrain, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you read into any of the Critical Roles system that they're making called Daggerheart?
I'm not.
So
I knew they were making their own, but I hadn't looked too much into it.
Yeah, so I watched a few videos of it. I've downloaded their player handbook and stuff is like beta and stuff to it. But like the cool thing, like when they're talking about ranges, like close range, medium range, far range, like close range, and then there's like cards that you get. So close range is like the length of a card. So card here. The medium range is the length of a pencil. Far range is like the width of a sheet of paper. So it's all like common things. You don't have to have rulers and all these like specialty things. Like it's just
That's kind of tight.
they kind of rolled everything that you would have at a tabletop already. So you don't have to search for any extra crap.
Yeah, that's cool.
Speaking of extra crap though, like dude, I felt like I'm a big dice. Like I love collecting dice and stuff.
I would probably make you upset with how many D20s I have.
Yeah.
Based on because
Every
time
about the counter D20s.
They're all spin down. Yeah, they're all spin like so that they're not randomized. They're all 20, 19, 18, 20, or
This is
I have so many.
This is the next one. This is the next set I'm buying.
Oh, I saw this.
That.
I saw a video of the guy using these. Yeah.
One of my friends has this. Not quite that exact same one, but yeah.
So they also make one that has
your dice roller.
They also make one that has rifle bullets. It's like bigger cylinder, like big
so
rifle bullet.
These aren't D20 dice, but it's all casino dice from
big
a
D6s.
boatload of fucking casino.
Nice.
Dude, I don't know if you bet like these dice. If I chucked this at you, there's a good chance I could stab you with it. This corner on these things is so sharp.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a shitload of D20. They're just hidden in a box somewhere. You just said dice collector. Made me think of that big ass box I have with it.
I bought a new actual dice like tray thing that you kind of organize your shit with. It's got a little tower that pops up and rolls with it and stuff. And then lid also velvet where you roll.
Nice.
Pretty sweet. I like this one.
I saw a video from I don't know what it was, some convention or something, and the dude had a dice tower that was like 10 feet tall. And it had a crank on it. You put the dice in the thing and and they took the cup up and it hit the top and it went all down.
It's this giant bag of just D20s.
I've got more dice too. Like these, I bought these. I thought these were really cool looking. They're also like hard to read. Like hollow looking dice with like
great for rolling for initiative, also for repelling people who would rob your house.
Really pretty, but I've got all kinds of dice. But honestly, like the best set of dice I have is like yellow set with black numbers. You could just fucking read it at all times
from across the room.
Yeah,
it's dope.
Perfect. Like that's the one I rolled the most because I can read that.
That's nice. No, dude, I was on a tangent for a while of buying new dice. I'd go to my local spot, place called One Eyed Jack's, and
sexy.
They'd have like $6 for a D4 through D20 with a couple of duplicates in there, and I'm like, take it. Came in this little cheap plastic case, and I just have them all somewhere.
Yeah, I would buy. I've got like that I.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. Good.
Big embossed numbers on there. That's good.
Yeah, That's what because I've got I got fancy clear ones and shit like that, but I'm like I don't use. Can't
Yeah, they're a pain in the dick. They're a pain in the dick to play with.
And then like,
You're like, what's that?
The metal dice, like I order them and they look much bigger online, and you get them, they're tiny. You can't really read
Yeah.
I like that one. Good one.
I've got a few counter dice. I bought a couple magic things. I got into it a little bit, and I was like, oh, it's a lot of money.
That was nice. Look at me.
Look at me.
Ooh. Blue and gold. That's actually kind of sexy.
That's pretty good. I like that.
This is
Pretty nice. I wish I knew like where they were off the top of my head, because now
so
that you have
many.
me thinking about it. Now that you have me thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? Come to think of it, I haven't seen any of the dice in like a while. Where did
I could probably weaponize this bag pretty.
I was saying, dude.
Yeah. That one was actual gold, but
Oh, that's nice.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
They actually looked like gold, not actual.
Right.
All the magic events.
I'm down like this. My buddy.
Yeah.
They put all the grass and shit on it.
Like I said, dude, miniatures are fucking cool. It's just like
he could paint way better. Like I could.
I don't know enough people.
Stuff.
I don't know enough people locally playing games like Warhammer to make buying an army worth it. Because like I would, if Warhammer models were cheaper, I would buy the armies just to paint them. Like that's fine, just to put them together. But like you're talking $120 to buy like a starter army that I'm never gonna play.
I'm not sure what was going on with Nemo's model there, but your eye was.
May not been looking down for a second.
I just one eye was down and one eye was up, and I was like, what is going on right now?
I'm totally paying attention.
She gets a little possessed every now and then. It's fine.
I'm like,
don't worry about it.
I'm like, what are you doing over there? That I've seen that face before, and that face is not that I'm not paying attention face. That face is I'm paying all of the attention.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Now my phone's been ringing at me constantly for the last couple minutes. I'm like, what's going on? It's a bunch of bullshit. Nothing important, but I got sidetracked.
Actually surprised Eli didn't join us playing Apex. He normally pops into the stream.
It's cool that the model tracks you that tightly though. Because like a lot of the times I feel like a lot of those models, like if you look away or whatever, it puts the model into idle mode where you're just like.
You do have the option to be able to do that, and sometimes I wish I would turn that back on, especially when I end up like walking away and my pigtails punch through my titties for the next 10 minutes. But
right.
You know,
well, you did something earlier and like you turned so your whole model turned and then it just stayed.
Yeah. I was playing with my cat.
I was like, she must have got up and walked away for a second because the model is just like.
My cat was screaming at me, so I grabbed a sock and started playing with him. He's a very whiny little man.
He's a very attentive coat.
Yeah, that's
like it's funny when she first started being a regular on the show on the podcast. My Steam notification would pop up on my other monitor, like Nemo started playing. I'm like, what the fuck? We're on the podcast.
It was quiet for 2 minutes. I got bored.
Now she's in appear offline all the time, so you don't know.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, it's great though.
Just defaulting to her alt account that has all the crazy games, the ones you can't. Yeah, the hidden ones.
Now you see, you think I would be smart enough to do that, but I don't. And so eventually, someone's going to run across the bullshit in my library, and I'm not going to have any excuse.
I don't buy them. I don't get them on Steam because they charge way too much for them. I just get them on F95.
I think it's still. I gotta make sure, but
it's free.
I made a second Steam account.
Oh well, some of them are on there. I actually just played the Eternum update today.
Me and Nemo were sending like it's so random that those games will pop up like on your Steam page.
It ain't random for me, bro. That's like half my Steam front page.
I loved going through that list. It was terrifying.
But we were going through the list of.
Oh my god, I saw one. I came across one. Like I don't remember what it was called. I don't want to remember what it was called. I was like, what is this? And then like I got to reading about what was in the game, and I was like,
there's a screenshot from a Discord I'm in, and this is just someone's status on Discord.
Oh yeah, that one you gotta hide. That one like
yes,
can I log out? Do I have to uninstall Discord to fucking hide that shit? Like...
I think the only one I have in my Steam,
Discord.
the only one I have in my Steam library currently is I have Butt Night in there still. Yeah, the Butt Night demo. I think I got rid of all the other ones because a lot of the early Steam like adult games were all like the mobile stamina capped and they weren't very good anyway. Now they've got some of the good ones are in there, but I'm like,
yeah.
I think the only one I saw on Steam that I thought about buying was it's called Bear Witness. And I was like, that looks cool. And I was like, I'm not paying $20 for it. So I found it, like I said, on F95 for free.
Most of them are pretty cheap.
Here's the thing, man. Some of the ones that I'm playing, and trust me, I've got a fucking gigantic folder full of them on my computer. Bro, they are like story deep. They are like involved, brother. Let me tell you.
So many of them do have stories, and I'm sitting there going, "Wait a minute."
They're like visual novels. They're all.
Dude, all the ones I play are like that. Like I said, Eternum is one that I'm playing. It's by this dude Cardibus, who made a game called Once in a Lifetime, and then Eternum was like his second game. And like the quality of this game is like, bro, you should develop a game, like a non-porn game that you can sell, because you would make a boatload of money, man.
So there's this one I was reading. It's called My Sexy Neighbor. I was reading all the stuff off to them, and it's like its tags are stealth action adventure, and then you read the descriptions like, yeah, you sneak into your neighbor's house and you plant cameras, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, some of them games are wild, dude.
I mean, the one I sent you was Captain Firehawk and the laser love situation.
Yeah, that one had like the giant women in it.
There's a safer work option. They have their clothes on as you shoot the giant naked, technically not naked alien ladies.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wearing pasties now.
My buddy Dom just bought my buddy a copy of Path of Exile, but he gave it to him as a gift on Steam with an additional code, and that code was for a game that was literally titled something like I swear this hentai game was a gift.
So we're over 2 hours, but I did want to talk. You guys are doing some giveaways. I saw on your streams you're doing some giveaways for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yes.
So I know me and Nemo are hyped. Monster Hunter Wilds is the only game I'm hyped. That's it.
So listen. So here's the deal. So Conquest and I, between the two of us, are giving away 3 copies of Monster Hunter Wilds.
Very
just like
cool.
that. Just like that. So now I'm not gonna. So I'll let him say whether or not right. 2 copies. So I'm giving away 2. Conquest is going to give away a 3rd one. I'm giving away 2 copies of the Premium Deluxe Edition. So it's the full game.
Damn.
Comes with the pre-order amulet, the pre-order armor, and it comes with like the first full year's worth of DLC. Not right away, but as it comes out, you'll get it as part of your package. So I'm giving away 2 of those. But in order to give away those, I have 2 goals set up. One's a free goal, one's a paid goal. One is a follower goal. So it's 1,000 followers. So I'm at 900 right now. So 100 more followers by February 7th. So a month. It's the 16th of January now. So if by the 16th of February or the 17th of February, you can get me 100 more followers, not get me, but if 100 more people follow, I should say, I'll give away a copy. So the other one is 10,000 bits. So that's $100 cash, right? Same deal, same timeline, all of that. It's going to be, I'm like 3,600. I don't know. Hang on. I can tell you. I'm at 3439 out of 10,000 bits right now. So 6,500 bits to go for over another month. I averaged it out. I think it's like 250 bits a day would be the average to get there. And some people dropped like 1,000 one day and 1,000 another day. So it's like, even if you just spend the $8 on the 100 bits or whatever it is or whatever the 500 bits or whatever it is that Twitch charges you, like it'll get there. So that's the paid option, right? Basically that's buying a raffle ticket. Put some bits in, you might get a $110 game for free. The other one is free. You just follow the stream. I think
Mhm.
everybody here, I know Conquest is, and pretty sure Chase is. Name, I'm
Yep.
pretty sure you are too, are already following.
Mhm.
But go tell all your friends to come through and follow the channel. And then once we meet the goal, either or both, I'm going to open a raffle in my Discord. And that's because we wanted to ensure that like our active community members were the one, somebody in our active,
Exactly.
day-to-day community was going to be the winner and not just a follower that followed me 10 years ago on Twitch and I haven't seen ever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
right.
So so once we hit the goals, I'll open a raffle in my Discord. And like I said, if I meet both goals, I'm giving away 2 copies. If I meet neither goal, then I'm not giving away any copies of the game, unfortunately. And I really do. I want to give them away because like we're jumping in day one. I personally I'm calling it Monster Hunter March Madness, where all March, it's the only game I'm going to stream. All Monster Hunter, all March. It's all we're going to play. We're just going to hunt mons the whole month.
Is it this weekend or there's another beta coming out?
There's 2.
I think I have it written down somewhere.
There's 2. There's one weekend and one the next.
Well, now I will say you will be getting items technically that will I guess carry over into the main game.
Correct.
None of your progress, including even making your character or like the.
No, they said
the
character
aesthetics you choose.
creation carries over.
They did actually say that the character creation would carry over, but none of your progress would.
Maybe I will just download it just to make a character, just so I don't have to do that on opener. Whatever. At the same time, I don't mind waiting.
We watched the
Right.
video on the podcast last week.
Nice.
They said, and I think they even said that about the first beta too, where they said that your character.
Yep.
creator
So there's
carries over.
one February 6th to the 9th, which is like 2 weeks from now,
Yeah.
2.5 weeks, and then there's one the following weekend,
Okay.
13th through the
February.
16th.
And I'll also be giving away a copy so February 1st will be my 2 years on Twitch, like streaming on Twitch. And
Congratulations.
thank you. February 17th will be my 2 years affiliate. So I'm going to run a
Ooh.
subathon from the 1st to the 17th. I'll be doing a bunch of different games and stuff and events. And then one of the tiers will definitely be a copy of I guess whatchamacallit, Monster Hunter Wilds. And then I think a slightly higher tier will be like improving that copy to a full blown the gold edition, or the hell it is, the fancy one,
Deluxe.
the one that's like 140 Canadian.
Yep. I think it's 109 in the States. And so the other thing is it's whatever platform you want it on, right? So like I'm not going to give away a copy on console you don't have. So like if you win it, what do you want it for? PC, Xbox, PlayStation? Like what do you want? And I'll find a way to gift it to you or gift you the currency to buy it yourself. Like however that's got to work out.
Very cool.
I did a shout out to Conquest, but
So
there he is.
Oh,
Eli,
look.
there he is. I knew it. I was like, I
Damn.
was like, I figured it's Eli, but he hasn't said shit yet. I knew it.
I'll be doing the same thing. So I'll do the draw on the 17th, and it'll be in the Discord. Again, just to I don't want somebody just popping in for that day winning the copy, and especially if it's a subathon type deal.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of like the people who have been supporting the community and for the last 2 years going to be better chances of winning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sweet. No, I'm definitely
Plus-
I'm so
Yeah.
hyped for that. And then
yeah.
Like
So
nothing
so,
else
so
is-
the reason I did one as a follower and one as a bit was because I was like, all right, I got enough to buy, because essentially I'm going to buy 3 copies of the game. I still got to buy one for me.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I got enough to buy 2 copies of the game. I'm like, I don't know if I got enough to buy a 3rd copy of the game. So I was like, all right, if we do 10,000 bits, that's $100. And bits are 1-to-1 for us as creators, right? You get every cent of a bit that you get. Like Twitch takes their cut when you purchase bits. So if somebody gives me 10,000 bits, I'm going to get $100 in my payout. And it's like, all right, cool. So if I don't get it in time to buy the game itself, whatever, at least I'll get reimbursed, right? I'll have the money come in for the purchase of a 3rd copy of the game. So.
Right. I'm trying. I don't know. I really want to get back into streaming more often. I burnt myself out when I first started because I've now been affiliate for 4 years. And then I've streamed 6 days a week. And just it got to the point where I was streaming to no one more and more and more often. I'm like, well, I'm just playing games with like extra stuff, all this other shit. Like, I'll just go to playing games again, not streaming. Anyway, it's been so hard for me. Like, this is the thing that I look forward to every week. Getting on here on my podcast, talking to other creators and stuff. Nemo's trying to pull me back into. I've been streaming Zombie Army again. I need to
dragging him in, kicking and screaming.
I need to go back to my Make Shit Mondays stream where I was building Gundams or working on my RPG or whatever. Like, it was just creative. You know, on Monday I make shit. Like, I'll do thumbnails or whatever for my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like, Make Shit Monday. I need to get that one going again. That one was kind of holding myself accountable.
That's kind of the reason why I think I just keep streaming now, is because so like this is my office. I work from home. This is my office. What you can't see, so I got two monitors here which are hooked up to my computer. Right here is my work computer and a work monitor, right? Mounted above me is my TV. My PlayStation's right here on the desk with me. And so like I work in here all day. And then at 4:30 I get off, and then I leave and I go downstairs and the lab, right? I have a second camera angle that is behind me. There's a camera mount. You can kind of see it, right? I'm sorry, right there. I put my phone in there and I use my phone as a camera behind me that shows off the whole thing, which is pretty neat. But like from 4:30 to like 9:30, I'm eating dinner, playing with my kids, going shopping, doing whatever, like family time. And then everybody goes to bed. I'm coming back in here anyway because I don't go to bed till like 2:00. So I'm coming in here to play video games, whether I'm streaming or I'm not streaming. So I'm like, fuck, I might as well just go live anyway, because at least if I'm streaming, I can hang out with people while I play video games. And now, sometimes do I not want to do that? Absolutely. And there have been times where I'm just like, man, I'm just going to take the night off. I'm just tired doing whatever. I still come in here and play video games. I just do it in quiet. You know what I mean? I'll play something else instead of what I'm streaming. Like, I never play my stream games offline. Like, I don't like to make progress or spoil anything for myself. I'm playing a new game, so I don't like to do that stuff, by myself. I want you guys to get the genuine reaction of what I'm going through. But like, I listen, I've been there. I think I got affiliate in, excuse me, 2018, September of like 2018, maybe.
I gotta try to start pushing the podcast and stuff. I want to grow the podcast.
Are you putting it out on platforms anywhere?
Well, I simul stream here in YouTube, and then the VOD, obviously. Go watch us on YouTube. Follow us over there. Give us stuff over there and stuff.
Right.
Same name?
Yeah, it's MainAceChase. And
I mean, but like, are you putting like just the audio? I mean, I know there's a lot of like video to it, but even just like taking the audio and throwing it on Acast.
No, I need to, and that's another thing. Like, I need to work into like on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and stuff like that. All that
I have an Acast account for my two podcasts, and super easy to use, man. Drag and drop, bang, bang, bang. It also pushes out to like a bunch of other platforms too.
Yeah. Well, honestly, like I paid for Filmora, and they've got a bunch of tools. I think there's literally like I can just drag the file to that, click a button, and it'll just pull the out, like it'll separate the audio.
There you go.
For me, and I've already, like, I don't have to pay for another program. I just separate the audio.
Yeah.
And I can do all that. I'm just lazy. That's the problem. That's my biggest. Like, I should be making thumbnails and stuff, because honestly, I kind of get into making thumbnails. Like, the first like probably 20 episodes of the podcast, if you go and find them on the YouTube, like I put some fucking work in on the thumbnails, and then all these new ones, it's just like,
what about what's it called? Riverside? Is that what it's called? Have you used that?
Yeah, I did that. I used Riverside before I used this account.
Because that shit you'd be able to strip the audio for you in there as well. That would do it right in Riverside.
This does it too. StreamYards does it as well. So I record. To me, so this is what I do, because overlays don't work in StreamYard. So like your chat boxes and your alert boxes and stuff don't really work there. So what I do is I just record on here, which also streams and logs like to the left, if you look, you can read all of the comments on Twitch, and
Yeah.
YouTube comments pop up over here too. That all gets combined in here, but I stream from my OBS. I capture this
Sure.
screen, stream through my OBS, which I record the session onto my hard drive while I'm streaming as well. So every episode is recorded onto my.
Right. No. It's like I said, I used Audacity for the recording of most of my podcasts, but I did a couple of video podcasts, and I used Riverside to do it because I did a friend of
Riverside-
mine.
And it may be the
Good.
paid thing, but the Riverside, like that zoomed us in. But Riverside was all like everybody was vertical, portrait mode and shit, and I didn't like that.
Okay.
This one, I started playing with it, and like it costs like $20 a month or something like that for StreamYards. I can multi-stream to like 3 different sites.
Okay.
And then I've got access to a bunch. Like I can make little clips and.
Good job, little boy. Nyum nyum, so proud.
Do shit like that, where I can upload my own clips and stuff.
It's okay. Hey, don't be embarrassed by that one, Nemo. We've clipped Nerd Dad saying "break under the weight of my pussy," and that's
Jesus.
Break under the weight of my pussy.
So Nim she hates that one, and you could go on Sound Alerts right now and you can find that Sound Alert. I posted it here. It's fucking live.
That's fun.
I want it to blow up. I don't know why, but it'd be funny to me.
Between that one and the other one that you keep, it's either you or Spooky keeps spamming me with the goddamn "don't dare me to put things in my mouth because I will."
You shouldn't give me the option to put things in my mouth. Because I'm gonna do it.
That
Yeah.
the snicker afterwards actually
Yeah.
makes that 10 out of 10.
That's funny.
I've gotten some pretty.
Playing a
good ones.
goddamn Five Nights at Freddy's game, and they were like, "You've won a toy," and I'm like, "Great!" And it went, "You can eat it," and I'm like, "Oh, really?" So I got the achievement choking hazard.
Oh, this is
Nice.
last
That's funny.
one of the last games I streamed. This-
We were talking about game rage the other day on
Mhm.
stream.
I actively tried to break my controller.
That's like the only game that's ever made me want to do that is Rocket League.
Like with Wukong, did you guys play that one?
No, I want to though. It's on my list.
On
You're
those
a
Souls
monkey
guy.
that can't climb.
I don't think it's a Souls game. I think it got mistakenly identified as one.
It's a Souls-like game. It's not exactly.
I think it's as Souls-like as Jedi Survivor is,
Yes.
which is hardly at all, barely.
Well, it's
has
got the bonfire points or whatever, and if you go rest at them, you can refill your flask, and then all the enemies respawn. It's that mechanic that's in Stellar Blade has it too, and it is fairly hard. I didn't finish it. I put like 25 hours in the game. Was like, fuck this.
No, I want to play it. I'm hoping it's going to hit PlayStation Plus at some point, and I'll pick it up then.
Yeah,
That's my.
I
plan.
wouldn't-
Like,
I
I mean, I'd pay for it. I just, like I said, I don't.
I wouldn't pay.
We're talking earlier about the what you call it. I have a hard time paying full price for games now that I can like
Mhm.
get so many games for free because I pay for these subscription services. Unless it's something I really, really, really want to play.
Yeah,
Monster Hunter
for
Wilds.
sure.
I'm buying that shit day one. I bought Rebirth day one. Like these are games that I want to play right away.
Yeah.
But
Well-
like unless I have to play it the day that it drops, man, I'll wait till it goes free and just scoop it on fucking PlayStation Plus, Game Pass. Or buy it on a cheap ass Steam sale. Like I don't care at this point, man.
Stellar
Like Space
Blade-
Marine 2. I really, really, really want to play Space Marine 2, but I'm like, I don't know that I'll get $60 worth out of it.
So Stellar Blade
That's
for me,
how-
like I actually bought a PS5 to play Stellar Blade. I wanted that game.
A man
I-
of culture, I see.
Well, honestly, like I remember the trailer from like years ago, and I was like, I remember like a couple like before it came out, before it got like announced as Stellar Blade or whatever. I got
You
to
feel like
look
Project
at,
Eve or something
yeah,
like
it's
that.
Project Eve first, and I was like, what happened to that game? I got like, oh, it's on like indefinite hiatus or whatever, and then like the next week or like the next month or something like that, Sony has partnered with Shift Up to help finish producing this game. It's gonna be called Stellar Blade, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, that was my game as far as like actually bought a PS5 to play it. And I don't hate my PS5. I just don't hardly ever turn it on because it's more inconvenient to use it than it is. Because it's wired up through like a capture card. It goes to my monitors, and I got to do all this other shit to make it work, and it's aggravating. So yeah, just going like I don't pay full price for games. I don't.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say about the, I was gonna kind of rag on Wukong because, yeah, to me, I gave it a solid 6. It is just 1/3 of a game. Yeah, 2/5 of a game, I guess. Like, so there's no platforming. You're a monkey that literally can't climb anything. There's all these invisible walls. It looks like a giant open world area. It is not.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. And like there's like traversal stuff you do where you have to try to like you jump up on top of these like rooftops and stuff in some areas. But you can't even like you have to get to a point where you jump up on them. You can't even fucking mantle them. You're a damn monkey with an infinitely extending staff and you can't fucking get on a roof? What the hell is this? And then
they got to gamify it somehow, man.
And then there's like one light combo attack and 3 versions of a heavy attack.
Right.
And that's it. That's all the combat you get. It's this, you tap the same square button 1,000 times and then you dodge. And that's it. That's the whole fucking game. And it's just boss rush. Run to boss, fight boss, kill boss, run to next boss, fight boss, kill boss.
Oh, it's Devil May Cry with monkeys.
No, Devil May Cry is way fucking better. Devil May Cry at least has like variety to it. Like you can play with the different weapons, the different styles, the different like range, whatever.
I guess I don't know, man. You just mash square a bunch and press X to jump every so often. And get your double trigger, press the circle button. Yeah, dude.
There's actual combos and stuff that you can do.
I don't know. Look. Hey, let's not ragging. And I didn't have a bad time with Devil May Cry, but I don't have these like super fond memories of Devil May Cry like a lot of people do. I'm like, it looks flashy for sure. Aesthetically, it looks cool, but brother, it's the square button.
Yeah, but it's timed. There's mix between light and heavy attacks and different weapon. And Dante's the hardest one to play, honestly, because he's like
Dante's Inferno is fucking wild.
Well, Dante. The main character.
Oh, Dante. Sorry, Dante, the character from Devil May Cry. Yeah.
Your shoulder buttons switch your weapons, and then your triggers switch your style, and like they scroll through. Like so, you're constantly switching. It's fucking wild to try to pull combos with Dante in that game. In the 5th game.
No, I haven't played that one yet. I played the first one, and I played 4.
The cool part. So you guys are both kind of like music guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the cool part about Devil May Cry 5.
I'm sorry. I played a little bit of Devil May Cry 5 because I remember you play as
Virgil,
the dude with the bird.
Yeah. What was his name? B.
Yeah, and I was like, this is kind of I don't know.
It's a completely different like combat style. So you play as like
you play as
Dante, V, and Nero.
Yeah.
And then you play as Virgil as like a DLC character. But anyway, the cool part about it is like when you're really getting into combat and you're really like fucking rolling that combo score up, the music swells and swells and swells. Like, and then like by the time you hit like a rank combo or whatever, like it's full on like everything's blasting metal, fucking ripping metal music and stuff like that. And then you fuck up the combo and then the music dies down slowly. Then you run to your next spot. I love that. It's awesome.
I played a few hours of 5. I don't know, man. I just got bored. I got bored really quick. I was just like, because I was like, man, this is it. This is the game. This is the game until the credits roll. And I was like, that's not enough for me. The shoot is too shallow for me to really like get into. I never felt like I never felt like the challenge was going to change. And not that it was easy, but like I just felt like every stage was going to be the same version of the same thing, and it's just I don't know. Like I said, looks cool though. Like I said, character. I think Devil May Cry has some of the best character design in recent gaming.
Almost forgot though. We're rolling. Like I told Conquest, is going to run about 2 hours. And sometimes we go over. I do want to do this. I do have a tradition on the podcast though.
I was going to ask. You've already passed 52 episodes. You already have a deck of cards, brother.
Well, it's every new guest.
Oh, there
every
you
new
go.
guest gets to pick a card, and then they go on my cardboard. I write their name and stuff, and I got a cardboard over here. And
Okay, sweet.
And I'm doing a collection.
I'm the Suicide King, baby.
Yeah. So, name a card. I will tell you if it's still available.
Can I get the?
All aces are taken.
No, I'm thinking like mid number here. I'm trying to figure out what suit. Can I get the 9 of clubs?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
This is.
I actually don't have a lot of. I only have 2 clubs. Clubs not popular. Would you say the 9 of clubs?
9 of clubs, please. Yes. I had a dream at like I don't know, like 13, 14, and it was so fucking weird that it still lives in my brain. It's one of those ones that like you, out of all the dreams of your life, you still remember. And it involved a golf club, a 9 iron.
Oh,
so
nice.
we're gonna go with we're gonna go with a
9
9
of
and 9 of clubs. Yeah.
I always so then if the podcast ever like oh yeah, pick a color marker that I will write your name and stuff in.
Any kind of green or teal you got going on?
I say green, like breaking greens. It's really because he's a Seahawks fan, but
And stars, and also my hat.
But I bought 2 decks of cards, and my thinking was like, if the podcast ever popped off and I got, I started getting some, I wanted to do would get a card. Have a second.
ooh, nice.
Or Big Dono. That's down the road.
Absolutely.
Triple digit donos.
I keep doing that. I keep saying like, yeah, I'm like, it'll be like 3 months and we'll hit this number of followers, or we'll hit our. I was joking. I was like, yeah, we won't play Kingdom Hearts until like December, and we fucking played it in like August. And I was like, God, like, why'd you guys do this to me? Like, that was so fast.
It was 100 subs on the subathon to play Kingdom Hearts 2, wasn't it? And we were just
and I was like,
Conquest.
Yeah, like literally, I was like, yeah, I'm not. We're letting it run. It's in a running total. It'll be like December. It'll be like 6 months from now, like 2 months later. Pop! Oh fuck me! It's like we're doing this now. Yeah. So
I think I looked at my total number of gift subs to the Conquest channel the other day. It's like 52.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like I've given you $260, Conquest.
You have
play the fucking game I want to see you play.
I did, and I cried.
I felt terrible. Like he's playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm like, we've done an awful thing. If Conquest quits streaming tomorrow after he finishes this game, I won't blame him at all.
Yeah.
They're just like, fuck you guys. I'm going back to work full time. I'm working overtime, double time.
But
Terrible thing is hearing how badly you hate it. I want to hear you play Chain of Memories.
Oh God, no.
Oh, why?
I like
because it's one of my favorites.
No way.
I get like, what do you call it? I play Guilty Gear Strive, and there's a character who has a big like evil looking key, and I get triggered every time.
Oh,
Abba.
I
wanted him to play Birth by Sleep because that's the best Kingdom Hearts game. But
yeah, I guess
I never fully finished that one. I think I finished Aqua's side, and that was about it.
It's so good.
I don't think you've ever seen these though. They're dead, but I have my Dallas Stars.
Oh yeah, no, I think I've seen it before. Yeah,
and
I can't see what that one is though.
This is it's my Seahawks. Like it's all their different helmets through the years.
Okay.
You can't see the top one, but yeah, it goes through all the different helmets throughout the years.
Nice. Yeah. I have my well, there you go. Behind that, that's my Rock the Red Caps flag.
White.
Yeah, sorry.
Conquest, I still am a very good artist and a very good writer, so
hell yeah. It's like what's that John Mulaney bit about writing "Happy Birthday" on a card? If you don't like what do you call it? You know,
You need to
take
write.
time
You
and
need to learn how
actually.
to write backwards.
Oh yeah, no, it's just like I love how we all do that. It's like giant ass H, giant ass A, P, and then you're like, wait a minute.
I'm running out of
okay,
space.
I'll put this P underneath this other one, and then this Y can kind of be weird and curl underneath the entire word. Yeah, that'll totally work. And then like the next line, big ass B, big ass I. Oh fuck it, I didn't learn anything from the first line. It's just like I love that whole comedy bit. It's so funny. It's so true though too. It's like I need to like fucking measure this shit out. A little bit of planning.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I wanted
man.
to do a
Thank you for
thing.
coming on.
I wanted to do something like that. Maybe not quite the deck of cards thing, but I always wanted to have something where like I wrote people's names behind me. But now that I sit in the corner of my room and I just have all wide open space behind me, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's gifted a curse because I wish I had more space behind me to decorate more. Now that I don't, I built my computer table and it's a 4x8 sheet of MDF. And I built it to have two PCs, like have somebody on the other side because they would have equal amount of space as I do.
2 feet, yeah.
So I could just have another, like my son or something, like have another PC. And I designed it like that to be in the middle of the room. Well, I'm never going to have another PC person in here. So now I'm like, fuck, I fucked up. I should have designed it just as big, but not to be in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
So
I was on an executive desk this doctor's office that my wife worked at years ago. They were getting rid of furniture and they were like, hey, we got this big executive desk, L desk with a hutch and everything. And like, they're going to just toss it in the trash. Do you want it? And I was like, fuck yeah, I want it. Are you kidding me?
No.
And so we took it home. And so before in my house is a finished third floor and it's just like one big ass room, like a bonus room, right? That just goes the length of the house. And I was like, I'll take it. I can go up there, take all my game shit up there. And that way, if I'm playing games at night and I'm being a little rambunctious, you're not going to hear me down the hallway. And then I set up my stream thing there. Well, I had tucked it kind of into a wall. So like I'm sitting at an L desk now, but I had a wall like this far behind me. And I just tacked a bunch of green poster board behind me and used that as my green screen because it was a bright green color, lit up, it was flat, and it wasn't fabric. And fabric absorbs light differently than like clothing fabric or like a blanket or green screen would be. So that poster board material reflected light way better than it absorbed it. So as long as I had it lit and I had this lamp up there, but same thing, man, kind of like you, I couldn't do anything. I had no option for decorating or putting any of this shit that I have that you see behind me now. Like you couldn't see any of it because I was literally the desk was 3.5 feet away from the wall.
I guess
I had just enough room to back it up so I could stand up and go like this.
I guess the cool thing is like I can kind of re-angle stuff. Like this is my hobby desk that I have beside me. Inside the light is an old phone of mine that I will live stream, so it's like a top down.
That's what I have with that right there.
And so it's like a hand cam stream, and I can build shit there. I thought that was kind of cool. I got everything kind of set up in this corner. If I redesign this room and redesign my desk and stuff, I'm gonna make a standing desk.
Gonna make it what?
Like up and down, like the
You're
option.
Stand desk,
The optional standing, like where I can raise all my monitors and shit up, and I can stand up instead of being sit in this chair all day long.
When I bought this, so I just bought this desk I'm at now like a month ago, and while I was shopping for desks, I was like, I'd really like to buy one of those. But the problem was none of them were big enough to fit my stuff on it. No. Like I said, I've got 3 monitors, a laptop, a PS5. My PC is on here. Like I just did not have enough. No sit stand desk was big enough surface area for me to put everything on there unless it was just all going to be touching all the time.
So I would have to, what would be nice is, so the aggravating things, like if I was up against a wall, they sell stuff where you can mount your monitors, like this track system.
Yeah.
That you can mount your monitors to. It's kind of pricey, but it gives you a lot more like options than how you can arrange your
Man, I
monitors.
bet you could
and
just go to
stuff.
Home Depot and buy that garage wall hanging shit and modify it to fit your computer monitors on there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you was crafty enough, you could. But I could do that, but that way, like, put everything on a track, and then if I wanted to stand up, I could stand up, and I could just shove my monitors up, and then that way they would be at height or whatever, and then I could just raise up a platform, just a platform where I could get to my mouse and my keyboard. I don't have to move the rest of my shit. Just that stuff.
No, that's what I did. I did this, right? I bought this desk. Originally, I was on that executive. So I moved that executive desk into this room I'm in now. I am not on the third floor anymore. And so now, like, this is what my desk is like now, right? Like I said, I got workstation. There's you guys. There's that. But then I have that. That's where the PS5's hooked up to that TV. I can't move it back any further, right? Which is right over there. But now, instead of me having to swivel my camera around and change my lighting setup depending on whether I'm playing a console game or a PC game on my streams, now everything stays in the same position regardless of what I'm doing, which is really nice. But the original plan, the whole idea was for me to have this angle where you're going to be looking at the tchotchke wall behind me. But now that I'm in the corner, it's like, well, that's not going to work anymore. So
yeah, there's still more decorating. Like I want to finish soundproofing this wall over here, and then I want to found some shelving stuff that I want, and it's like clear plastic shelving that I can mount to the wall that I can start filling with.
Yeah, I got a stat. You can kind of see it right here. Sorry, this is like a weird ass fucking way to wave my finger on things. That's 4 different Gundam models, and then there's one right there, still in the box. And I want to build them on stream and then display them, but it's like I'd really like for people to be able to see them after I build them. But I just don't know that I'm going to get that, especially because like my stream cap is not 16:9 for me. It's more like 4:3. I've got it cropped down, so it's almost just like shoulder to shoulder. So I don't know. Anyway.
Well, I hate to butt in, gentlemen, but I need to go stuff my face before my stomach eats itself.
We're rolling on 3 hours here.
Sorry, Randall.
No, we're good. We're good.
It's all good. No need to apologize. Just letting y'all know before I just randomly disappear and y'all are like, "Oh my god, did we kill her?" No, I need to.
You. If you bring me on to things like this, I will just talk for like I was supposed to start streaming like forever ago, and I'm just like, no, fuck that. We're having a good time here. I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly. I enjoy these times, and I'd stay longer if it didn't feel like my stomach was eating itself.
Oh, it's good. Thank you for joining us, Nemo. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here though. Next week,
pleasure to meet you, Conquest.
I've got to get some more details. More details.
Good to see you again, Nerd Dad.
Yeah, good
Sorry
to
cut you off again.
Yeah, pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, Conquest, for coming on. Nerd Dad, thank you again for coming on. Like I said, everybody's always welcome. I want to get back to the panel show where I have like 7 people on at the same time again. I just gotta. Yeah. It's kind of hard to wrestle that many people sometimes. So I'm
herding cats, man.
Yeah.
It is herding cats.
I like the panel show though. It's really fun for me. But no, yeah, thank you for coming.
I gotta get you. I'm bringing back season 3 of my podcast, the Gamecast podcast, which is a video game music podcast. And I've only had a few guests, but typically what is I'll have a guest come on and let you guys pick the playlist. Okay. So we can listen to your favorite video game or video game inspired music, or artists that make like nerdcore hip hop or video game metal or chip tunes or whatever it is that you like. If it's in that kind of nerdy space.
Still fucking Persona 5 soundtrack.
Hey, I had. Do you guys know Jake Twitchin?
Yeah.
So I had him on an episode, and I was like, "What do you want to listen to on the show?" I was like, "Because I'd like to play music that we can talk about." And he's like, "Have you done an episode about pop yet?" And I was like, "Not directly, no." He's like, "I'm going to send you a video game pop playlist." So he sent me like Sayonara Wild Hearts, the FF7 remake Integrate, the Happy Turtle theme, and like just a bunch of other like poppy video game music. And it was like, it was a banger playlist. And I was like, half of these songs, if you didn't know, you would think they were just top 40 radio hits from like
Yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s.
Nice.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, hit me up for that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to MagFest in a week. It's next Wednesday, as a matter of fact, starts next Wednesday. So I'll be at MagFest all weekend for that. But once I come back, I plan to get that back up and running. So yeah, you guys have to come on. And the good news is it'll be all audio, so you won't have to worry about setting up your shit. And just get a microphone and
I have
shit.
to
Talk
World-
real nice and clear,
World
like.
will be bad without my pre.
Oh, it's true.
No, but yeah, next week I've got potentially 3 more guests. It's another podcast, another gaming podcast that I started following that will join us next week.
Sweet.
One or all 3 of them, or some combination of the number will pop up. But yeah, Gamers Weekly podcast will join us next week. So
Nice.
tune in for that one. Thank you
Little
again, Conquest,
collaboration.
for coming on. Thank you, Nerd Dad. Thank you, Nemo.
No problem. No problem.
I've got to
Great
go to
to
bed
see
because I got to
everyone.
wake up at 3.
That's an early time.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Get that rest, dude. Thanks for having us on, man. I always love coming on and chatting video games with you guys.
hell
good.
yeah.
That was
Oh,
damn-
yeah.
damn straight awesome.
Till next time.
Take care, everyone.
Later.
Hasta luego, friends.
Bye bye.
Bye.